Weird? Bubba? Is that weird that I missed the song outside playing? Is that awkward? Is that weird? I don't know. I said, na, 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 na. Body up on the floor. Right now, it's just survival. I probably shouldn't be singing. The ice cream helped a little bit now compared to yesterday. Yesterday it fucking hurt when I used it though. Today it actually like feels a lot better. Well, then I can be happy today. Yay, I can be happy. But I'm gonna try not to speak too much during stream still though. I think it is live. Is it? Yeah, I think I'm live. Yeah. Yeah, no, less calories. All right. Well, I'm gonna just try to speak less today, so it is what it is. Thank you, baby. I love you. All right. Let's see. We have chat up. Who's joining us today? Yo, Alivania, welcome to stream. Tayang Song, what's up, Tayang? How you doing, mate? Welcome back to stream, mate. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you again, brother. Thanks so much for being here, man. Again, thank you for the previous support, mate. I fucking appreciate it, dog. Alivania as well, thank you for the previous support. Welcome back to stream. Ominous Optic, welcome to stream as well. Ben Boatman, welcome to stream. Mathis 351, welcome to stream. Something Sacred, welcome to stream. Aki, welcome to stream. Razuxo, welcome to stream. Malcolm, welcome to stream. Lycan Rockstone, welcome to stream. Rav Van, welcome to stream. Peyton Hall, welcome to stream. Austin Segal, welcome to stream. Yeah, the riddles are in the Java code. If not Java code, check the codes in C, Python, and R. Wait, C sharp or R? Wait, what? Like what? What up, man? Yo, Ominous Optic, what's up, mate? Ray, welcome to stream. Landon, welcome to stream. Mark G, welcome to stream. Phantom Otter, how you doing? How are you doing today? I'm okay. I'm okay. I still have like I don't really know how to explain it, guys. I've got a canker sore right here inside my throat. Which means just on this side of my face, I'm in pain, okay? Like, even now as I'm speaking to you guys, I'm in pain. It's just that, you know, I can't be quiet, and also, I still have to do today's podcast, so, yeah, I'm still in fucking pain. It's just, I'm trying to, like, I feel like I've gotten better today. Yesterday, I was in mad pain. Today is better. R is like Java and C, C sharp, and C++, but it is different. Okay, gotcha. Hope you're feeling better. Evil Gavin, welcome to the stream. Cousins as well, mate. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Slime Gang Gunner, welcome to the stream as well, brother. Ivan Bilogrevich. Ivan Bilogrevich, welcome to the stream, mate, as well. Austin Segal says, do you see what I commented? Check the other riddles in the programming languages. I haven't done that yet, mate. Either way, what was happening in chat? Let's see. Jai Anthony says, hope you get through that thing. Hope the guys take it easy on you. Yeah, I think the lads in the podcast, I think I'll let them do more of the talking. I'll kind of just dictate the topic, and then I'll let them go off and do their stuff, But yeah, I've arrived. Theosophical, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Carpeting as well, welcome to the stream. Hey, gamers, how's everybody? I hope everybody's having a great day. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Phantom Otter, we're happy you're getting better. Yeah, I'm a bit better. I'm not gonna lie, but it just means that I have to speak from like. You know how you normally speak naturally? Well, I can't naturally speak right now. I have to kind of use the bottom part of my like chest to speak, if that makes any sense. Like I have to use a different part of my body to kind of get the voice out, basically. Try to check for riddles in my SQL as well. Vibe. Yo, Zayla, what's up, mate? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. What's up? I just need to send a message to the other boys and tell them that, like, we're starting. Let's see. Dusty and who are we missing? Soul. Soul is not on yet. Pre-stream going live in a short bit. Hop on in the Discord and I'll catch you in a few. All right, well, they're going to jump in there. Mike, what's up, mate? You understand, I had one a few years back, it literally blows. Yeah, the thing is, like, I have canker sores in my mouth all the time. You guys don't notice it in videos because I try to hide it as much as possible. I had them all the time in my mouth. Oftentimes it's from stress. Other times it's from, like, just... I'm the sort of person I can never, like, drink from, like, a bottle of water from somebody else because then I get, like, canker sores. Or if I, if I, like, brush my teeth, Sometimes if I brush my teeth, it'll happen too. So yeah, I get canker sores all the time. It is really painful, but I deal with it. I've dealt with it like for about the past like 10 years. I get them like all the time. It's just sometimes it's less. Sometimes I'll have like canker sores all over my mouth, all inside here. I'll have like one here, one here, one here, one on the top, like on inside of the lip. I'll have them everywhere. You know what I mean? All the time, all the goddamn time. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, question, what do you think the next trailer? I'm pretty sure after Sword and Shield, second trailer came out a few weeks later. I think next trailer is going to be probably at the beginning of July now or at the end of this month. But yeah. Hola, my brothers. I'm in here. Yo, Lindsay Sensei, welcome to the stream. Ashley Stegos, mate. How you doing? Hope the Pokegods give us more Scarlet and Violet like confirmations of Koraidon's and Miraidon's typings and at least 2 gym leaders. Well, we kind of already know their typings, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Yo! Nicole, my guy. Nicole, dude. I'm sad I missed the Twitch stream. So excited for the podcast. I hope you start feeling better. Thank you for putting out news, but take care of yourself first. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat, man. You did not need to do that, dude. Holy shit, my God. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Fuck's sake. What is going on, dude? Nicole, thank you so much for the 20. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you, brother. You did not need to do that, man. Thank you so much, though. Thank you. I really fucking appreciate it, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. Memo is in the chat, by the way. Hello, Memo. How you doing, buddy? Guys, go easy with donating it. If you overhype, it'll get worse. No $100. Yeah, let's chill today, okay? Let's just fucking chill today, all right, lads? Calm stream. No crazy shit. But what was I gonna say, though? Oh, my throat is, like, not working with me. Deborah, what's up? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, Memo's in the chat. Memo, I was actually telling you, Lean, like, basically, like, in some weird way, like, this podcast is a congregation of a lot of people that were just involved. Like, they used to just watch you and me making rumor videos, which is the weird part. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like a weird congregation of like you and me, like, you know, of our audience, like that have just now, like, it's basically a bunch of people that watched us and then started making content as well. And I'm like, all right, boys, we're working together. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny though, dude. Yeah, it's congregation, dude. Yes, it's all religious. It's a cult. It's a fucking cult. It's a cult, my guy. It's a cult. It's a cult. I don't know what word to use. It's like a little unit. That's almost 500 subs. Oh shit, he is. Last I checked, it was 464. Do you think Kalos starters are in the Scarlet and Violet Pokedex? I think they should be. Maybe not, but I think they should be. I don't know. Podcast, something get announced or something else, something also high. Fang the Fox, no, we just do the podcast weekly. These are just Tuesday podcasts. It's a church? Nope. No, actually not. Memers get cold stickers. Memers, not me, members. Jeez. Members get cold stickers. Yeah, dude. First time hearing Memo, so I should check you out. Well, Memo doesn't do YouTube anymore. Memo used to be the homie, okay? Memo used to be still a homie, but you know, Memo doesn't make content anymore. Memo now studies and just, yeah, that's what Memo does. Memo studies and you know, and yeah, I'm washed up. You aren't, though. If you would have continued, bro, you would have been on top of the world. But hey, you know, school comes first. Unfortunately, I'm too dumb for school, so, you know, I chose this job. You want to fight or what? Used to be. Yeah, former YouTuber. Former YouTuber. I'd love to see the Gen 6 starters in Scarlet and Violet since I never got to play X and Y. That's fair. It's weird that they haven't fully added them in since, basically. So that's a bit odd, if you think about it. It's a bit weird. Hello, it's Mudkid Memo. I hope you guys are having hello, it's Mudkid Memo, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Like, yeah, it's like that like drawn out amazing day. An awesome day. Amazing day. You have a deeper voice than me, though. You're not dumb. I kind of am, though. What's your favorite PokeTubers? Mudkip Memo, Camtendo, Dusty Go-Goat, Sylph Spectre. I think he should still make a goddamn channel, but he still haven't done it. Soul Silver Art. Yeah, favorite PokeTubers. Miss watching his content. What do you study in school, Memo? I think aren't you doing engineering, or am I fucking crazy? I could be totally wrong. Mr. Noob69, what's good, mate? Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. Maryland is your favorite, really? Nah, dude. Nah, my favorite is fucking the boys. The boys. The boys. Missed that part of the videos. Blank check, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Mr. Noob69, welcome to the stream as well. All right, lads, we're gonna a few more minutes, and then we're gonna be ready to launch off into the Discord with the boys. I'm gonna be starting the podcast episode. Again, this is pre-stream. This is where like we spend the first 10, 20, 30 minutes just kind of talking to you guys, getting the ball rolling, so that you guys can get it. Because when the podcast starts, it's kind of hard for me to interact with you guys in chat. But that's kind of my favorite part of these streams, to be honest, is interacting with you guys. Kind of the most fun part, to be honest with you guys. Like everything else, I don't give two flying fucks about. It's more just fun to talk to you all and answer questions. Otherwise, it would be boring. Which is why I sometimes struggle with the streams on Twitch, because I feel like I don't have a lot to say without like the interaction of chat. If chat doesn't say shit, I'm like sitting there like, ah, shit, bro, I don't know what to talk about. Fuck. Do I talk about how? Oh, dude, do I say? Do I mention how big the titties are on this Gardevoir? Shit, I don't know. It's basically like I don't really know what to say or what to do. Tree Kid, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Greninja Master, welcome to the stream as well. Tyler, what up, Ruffled? Hope you're doing well, man. Tyler, I'm all right, man. I'm all right, dude. I'm in pain right now, but I'm okay. What is Pokemon that you hope will be in Scarlet and Violet? Pokemon Breloom. Yeah, Breloom. That Pokeball looks like Meryl new form, maybe. I don't know if that's the case though. I love the Ruffled. He is objectively the best in my opinion. Maryland was the first PokeTuber I watched for Diamond and Pokemon Diamond when YouTube was this new shit. Yeah, I get you. A lot of people have like that. Sound a lot better. Yeah, it's because I'm putting on a brave face. I'm just doing the intro here. I'm gonna be barely speaking throughout the podcast, or at least I'm gonna try not to speak too much, because again, I'm in pain. It's just that I had to put on a brave face. Hey, this is YouTube. I'm just a clown. I'm here to entertain you. I'm like one of those animals in a zoo, So yeah. Ninja Master Nick, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. Feeling better? I am better though, PokéManiac. I'm better though. Soul Silver should have his own YouTube videos. I agree. I keep telling him he should, but it is what it is. Well, I wish I was smart enough to study engineering, but gonna settle with animation in this special needs potato brain corner. Don't say that, Jay. Don't say that, buddy. You're smart. Hey, bud, you feeling better? Yeah, a bit. Yo! Alivania, thank you. Promise, only one. Does anyone remember a YouTuber with a Zangoose icon? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mainly around X and Y and Sun and Moon. He's the one who got me on this leak in theory train years ago. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Giancarlo Paramango, GCPM11. Yeah, I used to make some stuff for him. I used to make some thumbnails for him back in the day. But yeah. Yeah, I know. I remember GCP. I remember GCPM11. That was like my era of YouTube, right? That was my era of YouTube. When I first got in as well. Was that era, so yeah. Oh, geez, mate. What was I going to say, though? Hope we get a dolphin Pokemon. I miss him. Yeah, I mean, I think somebody said he works at Nintendo, actually. I heard something about that. But it is what it is. Ladies and gents, again, thank you so much, Alivania. Appreciate it. But yeah, GCPM 11 used to be the main guy for like him, and Tarantar too were the main guys for leaks and news. Rolf is definitely the best Pokemon. Barely watch anyone else anymore. Oh, blank check. Thank you so much. But yeah, I work at the Nintendo too. Of course you do, Memo. Of course. How could we forget? How could we forget the #1 Nintendo employee, Mudkip Memo? That's why he left, guys. He didn't leave YouTube because of that. He left YouTube because he knew all the secrets now. So they told him, hey, you better delete the channel, and then you'll get all the inside scoops. Okay, you get all the inside scoops. All right, lads. Thanks, Ruffled. I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Exactly, yeah. Now you have all the inside info. All right, lads. So I'm going to be jumping over to the podcast room now. There we go. We're in the podcast room. We are muted at the moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be starting the podcast off right here. I'm going to be starting the recording. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, I think, the 5th episode. I could be totally wrong here, but is it the 5th episode? I think it's the 5th episode. Welcome to the 5th episode of the PokéManiacs podcast. This is going to be quite an interesting episode. I'm not going to be speaking as much in this one. I'll be more quiet, just so you guys know. Cody Bentley, thank you for the $5, mate. Do you think they'll have somewhat of a same catching gimmick like Legends Arceus? Yes and no, and I think we can talk about that a bit in the podcast. But thank you for the $5 donation, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be starting off. We of course have a guest on today again. Actually, a guest that kind of started off from the community of Memo, which is interesting. But yeah, we got a guest on today. So yeah, let's just unmute and see what the boys have to say. So
I've been eyeballing their stuff for a while now.
Hello, boys.
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Or thanks for having me.
Hey, dude, this is the boys podcast. We got this, all right.
We out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right. So as you guys have heard it, this is episode 5, right, guys? Am I wrong? Correct? Is it?
I don't remember.
I think.
Lost count after
episode
3.
I think it's episode
so.
5. Yeah, I think it's episode 5. So dude, can I be honest? I'm kind of surprised we've been able to do this every week. Like, I'm surprised we haven't had to like even I literally thought this week would be the one we would have to cancel.
No way.
Because of my throat, dude. I was like, there's no way I can pull it off. Like, there's no way I can do this episode whatsoever. Like, because I'm in so much pain. I'm in pain right now, but that's why I'm gonna let you guys do a little bit more of the talking today than I usually do, because I feel like I talk way too much. But so we're gonna start things off. First of all, guys, you guys know the members of the podcast. I'm gonna list their names off really quickly here. So, of course, Soul Silver Arts, the man, the myth, the legend over on Twitter, who makes insane threads, by the way. But yeah, man, myth, the legend, he's here joining us once again. We also have Cam Tendo, the man, the myth, the legend over on YouTube, making your, I guess weekly rumor recaps information that you may want to see. Definitely go check him out. I feel like Cam does more of an in-depth look than these things than I do. So definitely go over there. Also, you get a different insight on the rumors, leaks, riddles, all that. And of course, we can't forget about Dusty Gogoat, your number one man for speculations, all things to do about Pokemon. So
what's up, everyone? How you doing?
There you go.
It is good.
And of course, our guest for today, who I shouldn't forget, who is actually somebody. If you guys know Mudkip Memo, you know, if you know him, you know him. If you don't, you don't. But this is someone who kind of was birthed off of that community, the Mudkip Memo community, I would argue. Joining us today is going to be, well, I don't know what to really refer to it as, because I call you Podcast. But I guess Podcast Draco, or Draconis is going to be joining us today. Say hello to the people, my friend.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Hello, my good sir. But yeah, so you guys do not know him. He, well, you run a podcast over there, right? That's kind of like what you guys do, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. When Mudkip Memo announced his retirement, we got together and wanted to keep the community together. So we just kind of started doing our own thing, just speculations. Sometimes we do wacky battle strategies, or look over some rumors and stuff, and just give our takes on it. It's more of a casual spin on whatever happens to be on our minds that day.
All right. But there you go, guys. So if you want to check him out, it's Pondcast, right? So Pondcast. Just search it up and you'll be able to find it. And of course, we're going to be linking everything at the end of the stream and the end of the podcast as well. And if you're watching this as a VOD over on the PokéManiac's podcast YouTube channel, there's going to be links in the description so you guys can go check that out. Either way, we're going to be starting things off today. And I think, is there anything we've missed that's important to kick off with? Soul, you, of course, keep up with everything Riddler Coup related. Is there anything important that we should bring up to start with that's happened since last week that's important to bring up? Or should we go with the most recent information first?
Yeah, I mean, we should probably just, start from the beginning and go from there, because he just keeps dropping stuff. I think there's nothing recent, in the last hour.
Before we dive in, I was asleep. Discord crashed the other day, like a few hours ago. It was down. I was snoring. I had no idea. I get on Twitter and I see that Discord's down and everybody's freaking out about it.
I didn't even know.
I was so confused.
I didn't even know it was down, dude. I didn't even know it was down, to be honest with you. I had no idea.
It says it was down
but it was
it was down 8 hours ago.
Did you miss anything? Any of the information from Coup? Any of our speculation in the Discord?
Not as well. I missed a lot, but that's the point of this podcast is I can take down notes as we talk. So I'm ready.
Awesome. Let's go.
Alrighty. Well, Soul, do you want to lead us into this then? If you have a general overview of everything, or do you want to just kind of let somebody else take it? Because I'm gonna have to, again, like I said, I'm gonna be a bit more quiet. I'll be just kind of, once we get to the end of a topic, I'll just kind of end it off and start the next one. But I'm not gonna be speaking as much. So you go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, I mean, we can just kind of talk about whatever you guys would like to. I know that like coup is like a huge topic. I don't know if you want to start with coup, but I will first start off by saying, just pour one out for my Sprigatito evolution thing that I really wanted it to be real.
All right, I'm pouring the lime seltzer on the floor.
There you go.
It's
you
going
lost
into the
Fuecoco.
carpet. Yeah,
You lost the Fuecoco and I lost the Sprigatito one.
It's been a pretty bad week, honestly. Oh man, I want to deny everything and be like, yeah, the Fuecoco is still real. What does Ku know? But I'm coping big time.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think about that whole thing? I was gonna ask in this podcast because I didn't think it would get debunked so quick. I'm like, what do you guys think? It was real or whatever? Did you guys see the Sprigatito like video, like the evolution of it?
Oh, that I saw it and I was like, that looks really cool, but like, it definitely looked fake. I didn't like some things that got me were there was a lack of a UI, and I don't know if they wanted to make it feel like it was just test footage or something like that. It looked really cool, and I was like, maybe the evolution might look like that because we know it's going to be on two legs, and we know it's gonna draw some cool themes and stuff. But I was like, this, as cool as this is, it's got to be fake. But it looked really cool to me.
It really got me because of what I know about Sprigatito's evolution, like what I've heard about it, and it just like has those kind of thief like themes to it, like the mask, and like Zoro's like got some kind of Spanish connection. It's not totally like Spanish or anything, but it's better than Puss in Boots, which is Italian and French. So it's to me it sold me a little bit, but like you said, the UI and all that, I was like, it's definitely fake, but I want it to be real.
Yeah, something about the design really reminded me of what's it called? The Score Bunny's evolution.
Cinderace.
Something about it reminded me of that, and not in a good way. I don't know. I'm really glad it's not real. I think I've definitely gotten over the fact that it's gonna be on two legs. So I don't think I'm gonna be choosing it as a starter, and I'm kind of just neutral on the whole line at this point.
Yeah. Did we even talk about that last time? I feel like that happened between last week and now about it being on two legs in general.
Yeah, that happened in between. That wasn't part of like the last week's podcast.
Dude, he's been going ham.
There's been a lot. I mean, I think we should start from the top of all of Ku's stuff. We can cover that and then maybe get into some rumors later on.
Well, I just wanted to jump in real quick about that video. There was something wrong with the movement. I've been to animation school as part of my background, and there was just something really off. Some parts were moving, some parts weren't, and it just didn't seem to flow right with the background that they had chosen. It looked really weird. Not something that I would consider polished by this point for a Game Freak game.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, the movement was weird. Like, I'm looking at it now, and it's like its legs and even the cape, they both flow. I don't know. I didn't go to animation school, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. But it does look really weird. It looks amateurish.
Rufford, I didn't see your video on it. I don't know what you said about it.
I think personally it's fake. I mean, the biggest thing for me why it like feels fake is just because, well, like you pointed out, the animation, but just beyond the animation itself, it's just, I don't know, like it didn't match in some way. Like something felt off. Something felt off. Like when it just feels off. Like that's kind of the feeling I was like. Something felt off. It didn't feel like it fit for whatever reason. Just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Wait,
kind of over design, to be honest.
No, but something felt off about it. Just something. But also, I don't know. Did we ever get like Did Ku ever say anything about that one, or I don't remember if he said it.
Oh yeah, he pretty much confirmed that it's fake.
I'm pretty sure I saw an artist like admit that it was theirs, and they showed their.
I've been waiting.
It was like the day after. I gotta find that. You guys talk. I'm gonna try to find that now because I did see that somewhere.
Well, while we're on this topic, there's also that little dog, that little like 3D dog.
Yeah, that one.
I saw you guys talking about that.
Like a lot of people think it's real. I looked at it and I was like, this thing is fake.
No, it's fake.
It's like poodle or something like that.
Yeah, it's
like a poodle puddle.
It looks totally fake.
It was cute.
Yeah, I posted it because I was like, people are gonna love this thing, even though I know it's like 100% fake, and it blew up.
The
Yeah.
crazy thing about that one was that despite that one being fake, they put in the extra effort to put the UI and stuff. So
Yeah,
that from that point, it already had more going for it than does Sprigatito one.
yeah.
Because
Even the
because
background.
yeah, the person who did that at least tried to study the second trailer, and especially that one scene where we UI and are like, oh, that it's like PLA where the UI is above the head and not on the screen. So I can take that, try to copy the font, and voila, the poodle leak. They put in the
Yeah,
extra effort to try to learn the UI. So from by that point, by that definition, they already have more going for it than the fake one, the fake Sprigatito evolution.
yeah.
I think one of the
No, it
telltale
just
signs of all these is just if you can get a clear shot of the images, you can see that they've been working on the texturing of the Pokemon. You see the scales on Seviper, for example, or the shine off of uh, Magnemite. But when they send you out a really fuzzy looking image or a video, then that's the first question in my mind is why are you making this so fuzzy when you want to show off what they've got these nice details. There should be much crisper details. Even in the characters, they're showing a lot more details than they have before.
Yeah, it's 2022. Like now that we know how much effort they're putting into the 3D models, the whole blurry image leaks kind of don't work. That would have passed back in like the X and Y and Sun and Moon days, but now it just doesn't.
You got to be on your
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, the 3D model ones get me a little more because I can't tell with the art, you know? Like I don't do 3D modeling. I do art mostly. And so when I look at art, I'm like, okay, that's not right. That's not like Pokemon or whatever. But then the 3D modeling sometimes I'm just like that could be like some kind of halfway beta thing, you know, like it gets me a little more
Yeah,
questioned.
I get that. I get that. Because
Yeah.
especially with the Sprigatito one, they tried. If you look at the leak, their video, they actually tried to get the 3D model fur textures and stuff. Like they were going the extra mile to make it
Hmm.
look as believable as it could. So I because when I saw it, I was like, oh, that does look kind of real, and they almost had me because even the poodle one, I'm pretty sure the poodle one also has like a few. They had like to it, but I don't think due to the blur, you really couldn't tell if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found the post. It actually, I totally read it wrong. It said it was an artist, and they wrote my fan art for the leak. So
Oh
they
yeah.
made fan art
Yeah.
for what the leaked image was. Okay, that was my misunderstanding. Do you guys? Okay.
Yeah. Which I
Yeah.
like seeing it like this because it showed the legs and the arms better. Like I wouldn't have liked
Yeah.
this drawn out. I would have been like, no, I actually don't like this. But the yeah, the model I definitely liked.
You know,
Just
it's
doesn't
really
have
tough.
go for it.
I feel like a lot of designs for me have been ruined, or I've had a bad first impression for a lot of Pokemon designs because of data leaks, and just like the inconsistency of you know,
100%.
right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like when
yeah,
you
that
can
was
see something with its intent and purpose in the official art, like everything that's supposed to be communicated is already there. But when you're just seeing like a raw, you know, model of a Pokemon in a T pose, like it's hard. I don't know. It's just a bad first impression.
yeah, that was the case with the PLA leaks because when we saw them in the data mine, a lot of people didn't like them at first because they were like, "Oh God, they look so bad." With the renders that we got from the data mine, but then when we saw the models in action, especially with Hisuian Typlosion,
Yeah.
people liked it a lot more because it was moving around and acting with the environment versus the still renders that we saw that a lot of people just did because they looked really awkward.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely.
There,
Definitely,
there, there,
definitely.
there's a lot that's to be said about the character designs when you see them in actual motion. There's just this very stark contrast between the static and then the actual animated versions of those Pokemon. You really get a better feel for them, and they tend to grow on you that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
Totally.
By the way, I added the image
it's,
on the screen for anybody that in chat wanted to see it. Put it on the screen so you guys can see it.
That's
if
great.
if you guys have any images you want me to show to chat, just always let me know so that I can just just send them in chat and I'll pop them up. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna put them in general.
All right. Cool. But all right. So we talked about that. Do we want to get is there anything else on top of you guys' head? Do you want to bring up at the moment? That's like important to mention, or is there anything?
I think I'm ready for the next clue riddle.
All right. Well, do you want to lead us into that, Soul, or somebody else want to lead us into that? Because I don't know where you want to begin on that, Soul. Like, what have we?
I don't even know where to start. That's the main problem with
do we
that.
maybe want to start work our way, backwards? So start from where we are right now and then work backwards, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys had anything else before we dive into that.
Anything, guys?
Oh,
No, I'm all set.
I'm sad too. What about you, Pon? Or
Regarding Clue, nah, I'm good. Although I do have some good detail that I do want to hit on later, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to lead into it then?
Yeah, so for today, I mean, he dropped how many today? I think 2 main riddles.
Something like
off the top of my head.
I think something like that.
Yeah.
What were they?
So let me look actually, because that's the only way I'm going to remember. The one I'm looking at right now is the crazy code one. I think that was the recent one.
Yeah.
The HTML file, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
Yeah, go for it.
I have it right. I have it up here now. It's some sort of Japanese code. And here, I'll throw it over into the chat. I can't make any sense of this at all. I'm looking at. Okay, what I can make sense of are all the Centro profanities. I can, it's not a coup post without some Centro slander. Well, I would love to have Centro on the podcast, honestly.
God.
I don't think
it's great. Apparently, Centro's winning. He's eating some stuff. There's finding their way. So I'm interested to see what all of this means. If there's any software engineers out there, hit us up in the DM. And then apparently that's connected to this other post. He writes, "How many Bugmon do you find while debugging this project? Each is a new line. Enjoy the hardcore riddle series." Well, I'm wondering if hardcore is a
when the thing
they call that an entendre.
When he says line, I mean, when he says line, though, I'm a bit confused. Does he mean a line as in an evolutionary line, or does he mean a line of code?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because
that was a big question. Good point as well.
Key man,
that's what I'm wondering
line.
about. Which I mean, I'm guessing evolutionary line, but damn, there'll be a lot. Actually, no. I memean, it's hidden in the code, I guess, technically. So, but the problem is if you don't know Japanese. And you don't know, I guess this is C++, by the way. You can tell it's C++, but if you look at the top part, it says codegame.cpp, so C++. So I'm pretty sure it's lit. But the problem is it could also be that it's written in different, different languages. It's just that, it's just within within the context of C++ in this game. But, I mean, I've been trying to, figure out a little bit of it. All I could get from this is that there's, almost like a... I don't even know how to explain it, but there's an element of almost like a I don't know if the lottery system would almost be the right way to say it, but this something's weird about this shit, man. Okay, something's off about this shit to me. Again, I haven't fucking done coding in forever, so I barely fucking remember anything. I just see a lot of int fucking statements, I guess. It's not really much I can say about it, to be honest. It's just a lot of puppy in it, okay? It's a million puppies.
Yeah,
there's a lot of puppies. Maybe there's new dog bug.
If there was some context to it, this, it's hard to understand the full context of it without understanding all the rest of the shit. I don't know.
I have
to know some Japanese.
To everyone out there who sees these riddles and they comment always it's a new puppy Pokemon. I'm just bro, no, it's not a new puppy Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know why people think that. Why would you even think that?
Some people just aren't. A lot of people just aren't keeping up with it as much, so they might not understand that puppy is a recurring character.
Yes, and it's a she apparently.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but whatever.
Well, I mean,
anyway,
we already know that the whole puppy thing is just way of his. Isn't puppy just his way of confirming that it's a legitimate leak? Pretty sure that's all puppy refers to in reality.
There's a whole
Kind of.
lore here. We need
Yeah,
someone.
I was just thinking that it's the reason he's been referred to as a female is because the other name that's usually used for female dogs.
Yes, that's what I think as well.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
That's the main reason.
Even the insults have like new lore added to it.
Yeah.
Well, he never called it a she before, like recent riddles, and I was like, why did he change it? You know, that's really sus. You know, I'm just like, But for now, we'll just say what Draco just said about it.
Yeah. For the record, I've got no hate for Centro.
Me neither, but apparently my most recent fucking game that I got made was very much anti-central.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stay out of it all because it's just too much.
Dude, I listen. I got nothing against anyone, to be honest with you. I just need my fucking, I just need my goddamn riddles, and I'm happy, dude.
Yeah. We've talked about it. I try to stay like just friends with everybody, even people that come at me. I'm like, let's try to fix this.
Yeah.
So
Come back when you sleep it off,
buddies. Yay!
But this is all so exciting though, because I feel like Generation 8 introduced like some of the coolest bug Pokemon, or at least like I feel like bug designs can really be so many different things, and they always feel like aliens. They always feel like Pokemon, right? They're some of the most interesting Pokemon designs because bugs are so weird and they vary in their shapes and their inspirations and their abilities.
There's plenty. They're
I remember
basically. It's like
I remember being so excited to see Frostmoth because I was like, oh, cool! It was like an ice counterpart to Volcarona.
Yeah.
And then I remembered that, oh, right, it's ice and bug type.
and then you're like,
yeah, like I don't like this anymore.
I love
the
that.
same way.
I love Frostmoth though. Like design wise, it's beautiful.
Yeah, design wise, I was just like, oh, that typing though.
Yep.
What types are we missing for bug Pokemon? What is it like? I think it's bug and dark, and then maybe like bug dragon. Do we have that yet?
No, we
don't
don't.
have either of those.
Yeah,
I don't know if
those would
there's
be
any
sweet.
others. Those are the ones people talk about all the time.
Yeah, I mean, even if you had to even if you had to repeat a type combination, like there's still so many great ones out there. Like, give us more. I guess we did get another bug fire. Give us another bug ice. There's so many cool bug Pokemon.
Nobody wants the bug ice one again.
yeah.
I'm down. I love bug Pokemon so much. My top favorite type, bug and dragon. So
it is cool.
Yeah, I was stoked about this whole thing for sure.
We only have one bug ghost type. How about another one of those?
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah.
It says we're missing normal bug, dark bug, and dragon bugs. So you guys were right.
Normal bug's got to be an easy one to do.
Bug.
It's literally just a normal bug. Yeah, it's like a caterpillar.
So it's like they haven't done it because they just been like, why?
Yeah.
Don't need to.
The thing is, an additional normal type's not even bad. You get the fighting weakness, but you also gain an immunity, which I've always liked.
I was gonna ask. I'm like, does that actually present any advantages to just being?
I think so.
Yeah.
Bug normal, you'd be resistant to grass, ground, immune to ghost, and only weak to fire, flying, and rock.
Yeah. Dude, did you do that in your head? That was amazing.
I got an app. I'm not even gonna lie. I got an app.
All right. I was like really impressed. I'm like, that's amazing.
The people that can do that, though, I am impressed with always. I'm just like, man, I am not into competitive. I want to be, but I can't even keep up with that stuff.
Well, I mean, it's this rumor, this riddle has only been out for so long. I'm really looking forward to seeing, what some people can extract from it. So I don't know if you have any like immediate ideas off the bat, but I mean, this is huge to know that at some point we could start fleshing out what the Pokedex is.
Yeah, I'm kind of like putting together all of his hints or riddles to what we could get in a Pokedex. So I'm working on that on the side. But does anybody have any like theories about it before I just say mine? Because I think I have a whole bunch of stuff.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't have any theories. I was just gonna say that we know that we know the concept for at least one of them being a Japanese fighting style, right?
Right. It doesn't have to. It's not fighting style. He never said, but he just said Japanese style kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not educated off of anything. This is literally just something I'm thinking about and applying it to the future and past Pokemon forms. We did just get Cleavor, who's to say there's not a future form somewhere for Scyther. You could say off the bat that's Scizor, but I don't know. Maybe that's something.
That opens up a whole new conversation that I'd love to talk about, though, too. I don't know if we just do it later, but the whole future past forms.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's get through all the rumors or all the riddles, and then we can have that whole conversation.
Yeah. So, I think I got this cracked already.
All right. Oh wow.
Let's hear it.
All right.
I hear what you
You
guys say.
just talk for 5 minutes. All right, let's hear it.
Hit us
That's
with the
kind of
info.
how I am, though. Like, I want to hear everybody's theories. I want to hear it all because you never know what you miss, first of all. But second of all, it's just like, who wants to just know everything right away? That's one of the things I love about Koo is like, I don't need to know the answers to your riddles. I love that they're riddles, you know?
Yeah.
I
That's
love
true.
figuring it out instead of just being like, oh yeah, this is the bug that's coming, and that's it. Here it is already 6 months before you even play the game. Yeah, so where to start? Basically, the code is all about the bugs in the code. All right. So
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about code, but I learned a lot today about it. Basically, I got these people to debug it, I guess, in a way. I don't know if it's technically debugging it, but they found like all the errors. And if you count out how many errors there are, that's how many lines of bugs there are in this riddle. Now, I don't know if that's how many lines are in the whole of Scarlet and Violet. That's like a question mark that I hope is still a question mark because in the end, we come out with either 3 or 4 lines of bugs that will be in Scarlet and Violet. So I don't know if there's more after that, but there's that many in that riddle. Most people are saying 3.
Yeah, we know a lot of returning bugs, don't we? Like Lorantis and Venonat.
Right. Well, this is only the new ones.
Okay.
Only new. Yeah. And then he goes on to say, if you guys look, I don't know if you pulled it up, but the last thing he says is the description of the bugs is in the text, basically.
What?
Which,
Okay. So that would be the English text.
yeah.
Or is it? Wait, it is the English text.
Japanese
English?
max size. There's a puppy
Yep.
move.
Japanese
It's
max
smelly,
size. Yeah.
and it's a board. Is that like what? Is that a dung beetle?
There you go. So I do think that one of them is a dung beetle.
Okay, that was cool. All right.
Yeah.
that.
This is all speculation here now because we can't really. I mean, you can't really know, but I think that one of them is a dung beetle. I looked it up, like for beetles in Spain and Portugal, and
It's probably what is it? The one where it says "You win, eat, daddy."
yeah.
I'm gonna censor everything. Yeah, so that one's probably the dung beetle, right?
I think so.
I don't know. This is weird, right? This is so weird.
Some
But
beetles
it's
are really cool.
It's so
looking.
cool though.
Yeah.
I
like-
kind of want to see how they would turn that into a Pokemon. Just saying.
Yeah, that'd
No,
be cool.
me too. I mean, I've seen artists do a dung beetle before, but like, I mean, it's not going to be actual dung, you know. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of ones I've seen. I'd have to go look them up.
I'm googling something right now.
And it could just be like that they collect mud. That's all they have to say.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it's one of those symbiotic relationships where maybe there's a Pokemon that I don't know releases some sort of oil or whatever it might be, and then not oil, but I don't know some sort of byproduct which this Pokemon could collect. I know what is it? Duramaka does make a reference in the Pokedex of dropping hot poop.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I don't know. They could do it. They could do it. That is canon.
What do you think it could be type wise if it was a dung beetle?
Poison. Poison.
Yeah,
Bug?
I like bug poison. That sounds good. It's a
For
bad type.
Beetle, I would say
Yeah.
Bug Ground.
I could also see bug fighting.
Yeah, bug ground makes the most sense, I think. Bug fighting could be.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Subarashi just said a shield bug and how they're stinky. So a stink bug.
Yeah,
Could be a stink bug.
so if you want to move on to the next one, we also. Oh my gosh, I just saw the one that Cam sent, the dung beetle. But if you want to move on to the next bug, there's the whole smell aspect. Like that's one of the bigger words in there.
Yeah.
And Lumio's post actually, who we've had on the podcast, he would sent me something that was like it totally lines up with Lechonk. If you read Lechonk's like Dex entry or whatever they have on the website,
How it digs.
it like releases a smell that like makes the bugs not like it or something like that. And I don't know the
Yeah.
exact quote. I don't know if you remember it.
I think it was bugs and plants.
No, they
Bugs
have
and grass types.
they have like an actual what's the right word? It's like rivalry relationship with a bug type that we don't know of
Interesting.
yet. Basically.
That's cool.
And it has to do with smell. So smell is in that.
Oh, you know what it could be? So if it's the dung beetle, if maybe it's not a dung beetle, maybe it's actually a beetle Pokemon that collects those truffles, just like a pig that collects truffles. So like that's the rivalry.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
And some people say like truffles are pretty nasty. That's what some people say.
Rat or truffle.
I need to have some truffles right now.
So what do you guys think? Yeah.
If it's a dumb beetle, I'm like hyped because we've had beetle Pokemon in the past, and I think they can really like it's a cool enough concept where they can really pull it off and make it look like super good.
Totally.
But when I think of a typing, I either think of like bug rock or bug poison.
I can see
Bug
either
rocks?
of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so that I'm on the same page, because I'm not entirely sure I followed. We're talking about the same bug, or we're talking about two different bugs?
I think we're talking about two different ones. I think there's two because there's at least three in the riddle. So
Because I was looking at the picture that Subarashi sent us. He calls them shield bugs. We have them here. We call them stink bugs because when you stomp on them, yeah, there's an
It's a
odor.
really strong odor.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
We get those. They come in the house. If you try to squash them, you'll regret it.
That's actually kind of funny though, because the way they hunt or when they actually attack, they spurt a liquid that is supposed to be like really hot. So if we're talking
Fire
about a stink
type.
bug, yeah, bug fire type. That's where I was going with that.
that'd be cool.
I'd like to
I'm
see
down.
that.
He
Yeah.
can go in so many separate directions. Wait, did he only give the description of one of the bug lines or all of them?
Each bug line. So each one that you
Interesting.
find in the code, which we think is 3 or possibly 4, has a description basically.
Oh,
But we don't know which one goes to which, obviously.
Centro is finding its way. I feel like finding its way. There could be some sort of compass or some sort of magnetism, with a bug design. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like Vikavolt. When you
Yeah,
mention
kinda like that.
magnetism, my mind goes to like even though he's not really a magnet, he's more of like
It's a battery.
that's charge a bug. Vigavolt's like what's the thing called that you put on your car to like hotwire it?
I don't know.
clue.
Hey, what?
I don't know. It's some sort of like electrical device. It reminds me of like
Yeah.
a drone or something.
That's what he like reminds me of in terms of design. Somebody in the chat might know.
Yeah, I think that's definitely gonna be something. Let me look it up. Some sort of like, I don't know, like electric type of bug. Maybe like do we have a glow bug? That could be it. Finding its way instead of a oh no, finding its way could just be like, do we have a glow? It's called a glow bug, right? Or
We
glow
do.
Isn't
lantern
Volbeat,
fly.
Yeah,
we've
we've got
Volbeat and
Volbeat.
Lumize.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Volbeat
Yeah,
and Lumize.
they could redo that though.
They should.
It wouldn't be the first time they've like reused the concept for a Pokemon, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think this is it, but like there's nothing stopping them.
Right. Oh yeah, that's the thing that sprays that acid. I don't know if Ruffled's putting them up, but
Let me see if I can get him real quick.
Yeah, that's not the one I was thinking of though. It's the one that the first one Subarashi posted that he calls a shield bug. That's the one that I remember reading something about it.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Let me get this up on the screen. Delete.
Trying to look.
There's this one. There you go.
So we have the stink bug, which is the shield bug. We got the dung beetle. We've got maybe a lantern fly, or what's it called, a firefly. What other hints could be in here? You lose. Maybe that's a bug that like plays dead.
Yeah, that I don't know if bugs do that other than roaches, maybe.
Do roaches do that?
I'm pretty sure there are some bugs that play dead because I'm pretty sure they like to eat it live. I don't know which bug I'm referring to, but I'm pretty sure I've read that there's bugs that like to play dead.
There's one that we have here that kind of wraps up on itself and just kind of sits there. We call them roly polies.
Oh yeah, that's true. Those like caterpillar-looking things that just roll up and play dead, basically.
Yeah.
Or
Could be a
maybe
possibility. We also have the. Oh, go for it.
the other line of that is something to yourself. So I'm thinking of rolling up on yourself. I'm making some sort of connection here. This is I hate these rumors, these riddles. I'm like afraid to even talk about them. I mean,
No,
also,
this is-
didn't we have wasn't there a hint about like a what do you call it, like a leech? Wasn't there a hint about that? That was debunked.
It wasn't totally debunked, but it is possible that leech could be
Do you
something.
lose? Because you lose doesn't need to be like you are losing something. Like you're not losing a game. It's like you're losing something, right?
Defense mechanism.
The host would be losing blood, maybe, or whatever, or health.
Yeah.
Could be like a leech life situation.
That's true. I wonder if it's more like specific words than like that, but
Rather than statements.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. It's tough to decipher because there's no grid for it. You know, it's like what you could just say you lose is one of the
Yeah.
hints. I
Well,
don't know
do
if
you guys
normally do that much, but
have any other ideas about this, or maybe we can move on?
The comment. Yeah, this is probably. I know I always say this, but with like his riddles getting weirder and weirder. But I'm not much of a coder, so this one is weird, not in the sense that it's really like risque or something, but more the fact that I'm just not good at these. I'm just not good at coding or decoding. So you have to really have like the set of skills to fully grasp this and be able to like decode it and
dude,
stuff.
I was gonna come on here today and be like, yeah, I was gonna come on here today and be like, I have no idea what this riddle is at all. Before he posted the like second picture, just the first code one was like, I gave up basically, and I never do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be a first.
Yeah, I gave up for the time at that moment. But the only last thought I have about it is that the Japanese bug, that whole max thing after it, I don't know what it says, Dusty, you have it in front of you, but I think that there's definitely a Japanese bug in there. We know that for sure. So that takes up one of the slots.
Dude, Subarashi just posted something in the chat. It's a caterpillar that mimics the face of a snake.
I've seen that before. I love
That is incredible. That is so cool.
Yeah,
We need
remember
that.
I had actually mentioned this one to you guys too.
That's crazy.
We need that.
That's such a cool concept for a Pokemon. That would be amazing.
That's a good bug dragon line.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's insane.
for sure.
All right, I think I'm ready to move on.
All right. Let's see. So the next one was the crazy anime one. I don't know if you guys saw it. From
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Steins Gate. I think
Yeah.
that's where the character's from.
did any of you guys ever watch that anime? I think Ruffle
I have.
did.
Yeah, I have. Just such
I've
a
never
long time
seen it.
ago. Well,
It's a time travel anime. I remember,
Yeah,
if I can recall.
It's a bit wacky to say the least.
I tried to get into it, I couldn't.
Yeah, it's a bit different. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like time travel, like a la time travel type deal, but it's more like, I feel like a lot of people have pointed it out already. I guess it's more like trying to do like the whole like butterfly effect thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it like mainly does. I guess it's like trying to do like the whole like butterfly effect within the show, sort of like trying to depict it in some way. If that makes any sense.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of
Which
the
an
deal with it.
interesting point about that is I was watching your video on it, Ruffled, and I was like,
Mhm.
I never even put together that the whole butterfly third legendary could be related to that.
Yeah, it could fit.
'Cause it's like a butterfly effect, you know?
Yeah, sort of.
Basically, yeah. Basically, for you guys, I don't know if you know, but the whole premise of it is that little item that he's holding, like, changes the timeline. The little bear-looking thing.
Yeah,
Unless
Is
you
like,
it
can see
bear?
like
And
okay.
yeah, because in the original, it's not colored in the original image because the original image is just silver.
Right.
But in this case, for the sake of the riddle, he colored it red and blue.
Yeah.
So I've never seen it. So can we explain this rumor or this riddle
I can
for the audience?
try.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Ruffled, if you can probably do it better. I don't know if you're feeling up to it, but I don't.
Oh, jeez. No, it's just.
I never
my
saw
throat.
it,
It's just
so.
it's just my throat. Like I'm just
Yeah.
trying to keep it calm. Soul, do you have an
Yeah, it's all
explanation
good.
for it quickly? Like, can you break it down or?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, my man.
So basically, it's the show has to do with time. So this is like not a great explanation because I haven't seen it, but it has a lot to do with time travel and the time messing with the timelines. Basically, what I'm understanding from it is that this guy gives his daughter or somebody that he cares for that little toy, and somehow that toy causes World War III, basically, and she dies. And so, like, spoilers for the show, by the way. I don't know, but
Is
yeah, she dies, and so like he like builds like some kind of time machine and like tries to go back and change this multiple times. So he gives her like a different one of those
Well, there is
little.
there is a bit of a different aspect to it. If I can just interject real quick.
Yeah, that's just what I got from
Well,
the internet.
Yeah. Okay. So more or less, it's basically the show is really weird, and I don't know if he's referring to mainly just Steins Gate or Steins Gate Zero because I haven't seen Zero. I don't know what the fuck is up in Zero, but basically there is more or less a microwave that can send messages to the past. Right? So it's not like they can physically really. I mean, kind of. Yeah, it's weird to explain, but they can't really physically time travel, but they can affect the past by sending messages to the past. If that makes any sense. So they can like send like messages to themselves. Like the main character can send message to himself in the past to stop things going a certain direction. And those balls that we see, they're basically connected to that whole thing because based on which ball they get out of I think a gacha machine, it kind of determines, if either A, the world's going to go to fucking shit and end, or, through nuclear war, or B, it's going to go the other direction. And like the whole thing with the messages is to stop his girlfriend from dying. That's
this whole conversation of just hearing about messages and sending messages that just sounds like Pokemon trading,
I guess to some extent.
Yeah.
right? I mean, if we were to expand upon the idea that this game could possibly, I mean, like I don't know, when you're trading Pokemon, you're essentially trading Pokemon through time and space.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is a canon as long as it's like actually yeah, I think it's just like point blank period because everyone's playing the same main character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's also when you port Pokemon from an older game to a newer game. At least this was back in the early days of the Game Boy Advance. It would say travel through time and space from this region.
Yeah.
So they were always pushing that time and space travel thing for a while.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. So the main thing, though, that we always have to keep in our minds, like with Ku's riddles, you have to have like a starting point or some reference point of reference, let's call it,
Mhm.
which is the theme of the month, basically. For Scarlet and Violet, at least. For the other games, he didn't do it. But so for this month, it's specifically around new Pokemon. So, like, this riddle makes everybody just, like, go into these wild theories. And even me, I mean, I was just going with it because the storyline is so crazy that you're like, okay, what could this even mean? But really, it's about a new Pokemon. So, which one is it?
Yeah, that's the
You're
big
gonna get a
question,
new
isn't it?
panda?
Yeah. So the only one
Or
that really like pulls the like plot lines of time specifically is the legendaries. So that's why I instantly gravitated towards the third legendary being somehow represented by this little bear ball thing.
It's like it would be like the communication between past and future. So it would be the communicator or the the thing that would bind or help connect those two legendaries.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have other thoughts too.
no, I was just gonna ask, what type of animal? Like, it's a bear, or is it like a tanuki or something?
I don't actually remember. What
People told me
So-
that it was a panda. I asked.
Something
I
them.
was seeing panda just with the eyes.
It looks like
Yeah,
a
I was
panda,
thinking-
but it also looks like a mouse. So it's like
Yeah.
a panda.
No, it's definitely a type of bear, but I was just like, is it like a panda, a red panda, a tanuki? Because it like I was thinking panda until I saw like how the dotted eyes kind of like go like the black goes down, and I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a tanuki thing or something, but it feels like like pandas definitely don't do that. But the way,
Sorry, Cam.
oh no, it's fine. I was just gonna say the way he colored it, he kind of gave us a hint for its color scheme being red and blue, and he left the top part gray. So could this be like a steel air?
That'd be sick, honestly. That'd be so cool.
I was getting kind of Meryl vibes for a little bit, just because of the way the smile is, the nose,
The round
the
ears.
eyes. Yeah,
It looks
that.
so much like Meryl.
it
Yeah.
does.
That's true.
So what is the context behind this riddle? Because I feel like this just popped up out of nowhere and has nothing to do with
Well,
the most recent
he-
bug riddle.
He basically went on Reddit and like he shouldn't have, and they were just talking the way that they always do. The bug one? Sorry, I might have missed that.
Is there a delay? I think there's a delay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he
yeah,
said
okay.
He went on Reddit.
So
He said he went on Reddit. But yeah, go on.
I was just saying that he went on Reddit and he probably shouldn't have because they talk trash about him like all the time. And he got upset about it or whatever, and now he's not replying to anyone anymore. So he's just like putting out random riddles. So there's not much context behind them at all. They're just
Okay.
random pictures. Yeah.
So the theory that I keep seeing, I feel like a lot of people are jumping to conclusions, and it's because of the mechanical nature of this and the shape of the bear. People are saying, "Oh, this is some sort of future form of a Voltorb."
Right. That was the most common thing.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing a lot. I don't totally see that just because, I mean, it is round, it is a mechanical ball, but like in reality, there's so many other parts of this. And then, what do you guys think about the way he colored it? Because he colored it very specifically with the red and the blue. It's not even blue; it's like a teal.
I think that's the color scheme of whatever this new Pokemon is. Because if it wasn't a riddle, he would have just posted the base image and not like said anything else. So he obviously colored it a specific way and posted it with what the text under it says. But oh wait, somebody translated it. I think Blazing Sonora said the secret of Centro is in Sin Chicken.
Yeah, he was a little bit unsure about that. I also saw another translation that said "Spirited Away" of Centro and Senatoni. It kind of cuts off at the end. That doesn't really give me any light. But
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, if it is just like another mechanical Pokemon, that'd be really cool because I've always liked Magnemite.
Yeah, and I think it will be like if this is a bear, every generation gets some sort of bear Pokemon. With Gen 8, we didn't get the bear until the DLC, but this would be a cool concept for a bear, just like a mechanical or metal bear, because they haven't done that. Every
I
other
would
bear
love
has just
that.
been based off of a real life bear, like Beware being a red panda,
Love that.
or yeah,
That's like a
and like
stuffed animal. That's the theme
yeah,
behind it.
that was the coolest concept for a bear Pokemon that
I'm
they
looking at
had.
a bear kaiju right now. Oh, there is one.
Oh heck yeah!
Well,
That's
there's
awesome.
I know there's recently in some animes they've had like robots and they'll dress them up and sometimes as animals, and I've seen I think recently like one or two animes that they had literally a robotic bear that's just sitting there just tearing through things.
That's sick.
Well, that's good
Uh,
because that means at least if we don't get it now, we'll get it in a future generation.
Or even I could also see like a it's an animatronic of a bear because that has all the
Yeah.
mechanical parts.
I feel like
Because
that'd be
mechanical
creepy.
Pokemon have been a thing since forever, so like this seems like a realistic guess of like a mechanical bear Pokemon because it'll fit for the. It's not really an object mon; it's still an animal, but it also fits into both the robot mechanical Pokemon of the generation and the bear because we all like the we always get like the staple bear, dog, bird, rodent, stuff like that. So this would fit if it is true.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying earlier to look at the I think it was also we got a donation from Devin Knox, by the way, thank you for the 5 mates, saying a look at Wooper's Japanese name.
Yeah. So I have a whole bunch of theories on that for sure. The Wooper thing is huge.
The Wooper's Japanese name is Upa.
Yeah, so I'll just break it down for you right now. I think that I didn't crack this one personally. There's a guy on Twitter and Reddit. He's all over the place actually. His name's Yo Rydon, I think. Yo Rydon. But we've been talking, and he cracked this. I'm pretty sure he's the guy that cracked the regional form one that was water and ground. He came up with that one too. So this connects back to that. Basically, the little ball bear is called an upa, I guess. And
really?
yes, so it's called upa. And then if you look at Wooper's Japanese name, it's called Woopa, but it's got an H at the end of it. And so I asked Pokesutami, I asked a few Japanese speaking people that, like, does this add up? Like, is there any way that this doesn't work? And they're like, no, it sounds fine. Like, it works like the same name. So
It's cool.
I think that it was a crazy, crazy riddle that had nothing to do with anything other than it's the same name as Wooper.
That's crazy.
That's my
But
final thing.
why the added points? Why the added points about like, oh, look at this thing, look at this part of it, look at this part of it. Like why like do the the whole circus around it? I don't get it.
Okay, so he went deeper into it. Hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry, I've got one thing I got to do really quick.
This is
No, I just
very
I just don't
crazy.
understand like the whole like circus around like, oh, this thing, that thing. Like why all the extra shit if it all only really relates to like what do you call it? If it all at the end of the day only relates to it being, I don't know, Wooper's new like form or evil or whatever, like what was the point of all the other stuff? Is kind of what I'm trying to say. Like what's the point of all
Yeah,
the
it just seems a lot of
it's misdirect.
Yeah.
It's all to like throw us off of his path, of his track. He doesn't. I mean, he wants us to figure it out, but it's like a good riddle, It's confusing, and you have to really.
So this metal ball just is a reference to Wooper's new form, whatever that water ground type's gonna be.
I'm very confused
Sir.
because he said it was going to be. He didn't necessarily say new form, and if the theme for this month is new Pokemon, could this be an evolution?
There you go. So
Yeah.
what it is the regional form month had to do with basically Tauros getting a regional form probably, and then we didn't know what the 4 water ground ones would get a regional form. I'd been saying for a long time that it was Quagsire, but then I was like, maybe it's Wooper because I don't see Quagsire becoming like exactly what I thought, which was like that dragon in Barcelona, like the statue one.
Yeah.
So that puts that Wooper gets a regional form, right? And then here we have it getting an evolution. So that's the new Pokemon part about it. And that's what the actual riddle is. Like, Wooper is just to tell us that it's getting an evolution, that it's getting a new Pokemon, not that Wooper is the new Pokemon. As for the colors of like that he put on there, because that's the trickiest thing. The colors, if you really look at them, they're maroon and blue. So they're
Is that the typing?
Yeah, they're ground and water.
Yeah.
All over again. So
yeah,
that's the second hint to it being back to the ground and water, saying that it is Wooper. I've seen people speculate that it's going to be a steel type, because of the ball that it was before was a steel type. I'm not sure if that's really what it is or not, but that's what I got so far on it. I think the Spirited Away part that you're writing on Twitter came up with was the dragon that she flies to go between timelines is like a water spirit, and it's a dragon, so it might be Water Dragon. I think that's cool. That's the most plausible thing to me.
I've seen some.
Go for it.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of really great Wooper regional evolutions. I'm looking up one right now. It was pink.
You should send them.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it right now. But it was pink. It's psychic type. It's basically this like majestic Quagsire that evolves with an actual IQ like level. So it's intelligent. And it looks like a dragon. It's long. It's got a long tail. I'm gonna find that right now because that might actually have some inspirations. A lot of artists make Fakemon with specific inspirations in mind.
Right.
Let me see if I can find this.
This one is the one I'm the most confident of. So like, I don't know if you guys have other theories or on it or not, because I mean I can't be like I'm right about all these things. I don't expect that. But this one I'm like, this is what this is. Like, it's too close. The Upa thing is too close. If it would be a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, it's definitely too coincidental.
I mean, my approach to a lot of clues that he does is that if it's too obvious, take a step back. You have to take a step back because we've realized that a lot of times that people have been jumping to what they would their natural inclinations, and my first jump was to Voltorb, to be honest.
Right. I think that's everyone's in this.
Yeah, and so being able to take a step back to anything he drops, even if you think you got it, take one step back, look at it from a different angle, because the way they've been presenting their clues, it's sinister in the way, because they're playing against our own sensibilities, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, I give the man complete props for this. But he's definitely playing on our natural inclinations and hoping that we'll jump to the wrong conclusions and keep us thinking harder and longer.
Yeah, that's great.
I can only agree. That's literally how I approach every single one. Like, even now with all of those, I'm like, yeah, I could be wrong. It could change. Like, it could be something else. There's just sometimes where it adds up too much that I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to put this one aside for now. And I mean, he brings out so many more that it's like, okay. Then if I have to revisit it, you do. But I agree with you. I don't know if Dusty was pulling that up.
Yeah, I just sent him in the chat.
These look cool.
There's another one that I'm looking for, but I just found in search results and forgot that I had made a video about one of these. So, but there's another one. I
love the like pink salamander looking one is really cool.
Yeah, I think the pink design is very common because that's what the real life, what is it, an axolotl? That's the real life color of that animal. So I think that we see that a lot in these Wooper designs.
It's shiny too, right?
It is, yeah, it is. I think that's I mean, it is fitting. You could always say that's why they made it pink, but I mean, I definitely think it's pink just because all blue shinies or blue Pokemon have pink shinies.
I like that.
Well,
Okay, that's a really nice design.
Well, I'm loving this hint. I think the next riddle that Ku did. Let's see. Is this related? All the different keys that we were talking about. Maybe a new clef key.
Yeah, that
Did we
one.
talk about that? Was that from last week?
No, I don't
That was recent too.
Yeah, this one's recent. We talked about the treasure chest thing, but he posted this like a few days after last
Yeah.
up. So I don't know if you guys are ready to move on to this one, but I really like this one.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get
Yeah,
right
go
into
for
it.
it.
Okay. Last week, well, it was like the last week or a few days ago. Who posted this really probably one of my favorite ones so far of just a treasure chest that had 4 hints on it. One being key cell, key 108, key P, and key Gen 6. And if you guys have played Gen 6, 7, well, yeah, Gen 7 and 8, a lot of these really come back to you. Like, for example, the key being uh the Zygarde cell,
Yeah.
and then 108, that's, if I remember correctly, that's the number of spirits or the wisp you get in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So it seems my personal headcanon is that this generation, even yeah, back in Generation 8, we had the Spiritomb Wisp, and in a DLC we had the whole Diglett thing. And I
Yeah. I
feel
was
like
gonna
the
say Diglett. Yeah. Yeah.
Spiritomb Wisp, and in Gen 7 we had the Zygarde cells and of course the stickers, but the stickers have nothing to do with this hint. Basically, what I think Ku is getting at is that in this generation there's going to be a collectathon like how there was in previous generations, because it seems to be like something they want to include in every single game. But this time I think it's going to be tied to the new Pokemon. So I feel like this is my personal headcanon. I'm gonna go Dusty. This is just my headcanon.
Do it. Yeah, dude. You have my blessing.
All right. I think that in this game, in some way, shape, or form, we're gonna find out that there are like the blooms that are hidden all over the region, and there's a chest that's like locked away. And maybe throughout the game, we're finding these like gold doubloons or gold coins. And I think there might be a regional clef key or just a normal clef key that has like the key to this chest. And I feel like once we collect,
Yeah, that's such a cool idea. That is so
yeah,
sick. That is
we,
so
we like
sick.
we like travel the region, find these coins, put it in a chest. Somehow we either lock it or unlock it, and once we do that, this new Pokemon will reveal itself to be like a mimic from like a classic RPGs like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy and stuff, and that's the new Pokemon, a haunted chest that didn't activate until we completed its side quest, just like Spiritomb with the Wisp and the Odd Keystone.
I love this so much. Ruffled, I did put an image of just a traditional treasure chest mimic in the chat if you want to pull that up.
Yeah.
This is such a cool idea. I'm wondering if it's gonna be cute. Like is there gonna be a cute Pokemon within this? Is it gonna be? Are we never gonna see what's inside of it? Kind of like Mimikyu. I think this is such a cool Pokemon. This could be so cool. This could be so cool.
Yeah, because earlier earlier I thought it was going to be the coin that's the Pokemon, but
Yeah.
going based off this riddle, it seems like the chest itself is the Pokemon, but the coins play a bigger role into that Pokemon.
I
Or
could
you gonna say,
see.
Drake? Huh?
Oh yeah, Draco.
Well, no, I was going to say that the key cell, it does have a double meaning. You're talking about cells like Zygarde cells, but a cell is also a form of imprisonment, which
True.
relates back to Spiritomb. And even at the bottom on the corner says, "Puppy will receive her punishment in the next teaser. Stay tuned." Well, what do they do when they punish you in real society? They put you in prison. They put you in a cell. So I think we're dealing with a Pokemon that's going to have a lot of similarities, if not a regional variant to Spiritomb.
You guys want to hear something stupid? So that fourth word at the bottom on the left-hand side, it's PEE. That is something that is released from something. Maybe you're being released from a cell. Anyways, I like the idea of this Pokemon running around in the wild, and like every time you defeat it, or maybe when you capture it, it's always like losing like gold nuggets. Maybe it's losing all these like valuable items. Kind of like how Chansey is like a Pokemon that you would encounter in battle to get a lot of experience. This could be a Pokemon that you would want to go out of your way to like battle in order to just kind of farm items.
Yeah. I thought for me personally, this is just me being like child friendly. I thought that he put the word P because gold, like I guess P is golden sometimes, and this seems like a bunch of treasure. That was just me. I like everything else to me made sense minus the P part.
I could see that. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna be flat out honest. You have to kind of go really, really deep into adult territory to kind of see a connection with that particular key. I'm not getting into it. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's rough.
I mean, I think you guys
I don't
nailed
know what
it
you're talking about.
with what you were saying though.
Oh, you do?
Already. Yeah. No, Cam, that's like it. And your like whole description actually brings up like the whole lore behind it probably. Like I could see that totally being it. But also
Like,
with the whole P thing. Like definitely the color, but also what Dusty said is actually you think it's dumb, but that could totally be it.
Yeah.
If
It's
you
like
think about
releasing from the chest. It's the Pokemon releasing from the chest. That's how I saw it.
exactly
I know
releasing
what you're
from
talking
its
about.
prison, basically.
Yeah,
Drake,
exactly.
you and both Draco both had like similar ideas, and like I wasn't thinking until now, and yeah, that makes a lot more sense than what I was thinking.
I mean, no, I think it does have to do with the gold color of the coins. I do wonder if it's still a coin Pokemon because of the other riddle, which we didn't even get to here. There's so much happened, but basically that other riddle was a coin Pokemon, because it was a new Pokemon, you know. So I think that there is still a coin Pokemon. I think it might just evolve into this. I think you have to collect it like Zygarde cells.
That makes a lot of sense. Like
You
it's
get
one
all
of
the
those things
coins.
where isn't there a Pokemon that's similar to that where if you gather a lot of it, it'll evolve into something bigger?
Yeah,
I-
Meltan.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right, Miltank. Because in Pokemon Go, that in itself is basically a collectathon.
I
Like
look at this like a
gathering.
Zelda boss or like a Mario boss where it's like you can't. It's like you need 150 stars to access this treasure chest. Or in Zelda where it's like something's locked away and it's like no, you need to like I can see like a shade like this treasure chest Pokemon is just a shady shopkeeper or whatever, and they're like no, it's gonna cost you a lot of money, right? Bring me all these coins and I'll be satisfied, and then I'll release from my cell because I'm just a greedy little monster. This is gonna be fairy. This is gonna be fairy and dark type.
I
You
feel
sure it won't be a steel type brought into it? Since
Yeah,
it's
it could be
like,
fairy steel would be cool too.
I kind of feel like they took the concept of wishy-washy and then just put a
Yeah,
step
that's
further.
another one.
Instead
Yeah.
of having one Pokemon, you have to collect all these little Pokemon to make the big one.
yeah,
I
it
don't.
could be like coin form and chest form or something like that.
I don't
Yeah.
even think it's gonna be part of the Pokemon's body. I think it's gonna be like the Pokemon will have two forms. Maybe I guess maybe it could be part of the body, but I feel like this thing's just a greedy Pokemon, and it's hungry for gold, right? But it's not like it's made of gold. It's made of. I mean, it's a treasure chest. It's a haunted treasure chest. So maybe like fairy ghost.
That could
That's
be
how
it.
I
Or
see it.
steel ghost.
Well, for the typing though, you have to look at all of the hints there or all the keys.
Yeah.
Because then you have to also think about clef key. People were going crazy with clef key. I don't think that that's it. That's like a lot of what Draco was saying before. Like, okay, what's the first thing you think of? Okay, it's clef key, but that's not what it is right away. That's what Ku tries to play on. Maybe clef key has something to do with it. That was my thought, and also what Cam said. You know, like maybe you have to collect clef key to ultimately unlock this. You know, there could be something there.
people are only saying Klefki because of the word key, right?
Right.
No, they-
Instantly.
I thought they were saying that because of the
brain
Gen
goes to
6, the key being Gen 6.
Right.
Key
Exactly.
Gen 6.
What if
Yeah.
it's simply that we need to find 4 keys? I mean, it could just be something as simple as that.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
and he's throwing it out there, hoping that we'll miss it.
It's also very possible. Also, Klefki has 4 keys on it.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
does.
true.
that's the only thing that gave me pause. I was like, okay, maybe it is like something has to do with Klefki because
It
of
could be a
Gen 6
Klefki
too.
evolution. I could totally see Klefki evolving into it's doing like a Remoraid to Octillery thing where it's not like a bigger key or it doesn't become a door, but it becomes what the key opens up. Because Klefki isn't the key. Klefki uses keys to open things, so I could see
Yeah,
its line of
Klefki's a
trajectory being
keychain.
like, yeah, I could see like Klefki like collecting keys and then being able to unlock some sort of treasure chest where it goes, okay, well, I'm gonna inhabit this treasure chest now.
That's
That
actually
actually
really,
makes a lot of sense.
really good.
Because
Yeah.
Klefki is not even an object mon.
Yeah, the
'Cause-
the only thing keeping me from thinking like you need all 4 keys is the fact that only 2 of Klefki's keys are more old timey because the other 2 are car keys, I believe, or like one's a house key and the other one's a car key, and then
Yeah.
the remaining 2 are like very old style key looking keys, and then you got the modern day keys.
One looks almost futuristic, I think. It's got like bumps on it.
I believe so.
That's how I thought of it. But dude, I'm convinced. That is what I'm until I'm proven otherwise. I love the idea of this being a Klefki evolution.
I mean, I thought.
I'd second this one.
What'd you say?
I'll second that.
Yeah. So
Key evolution.
I'm like,
That actually sounds really cool.
my whole thing changed with it when you said that, Dusty. Really, because I mean, I have an idea about it. So it's like it's either or now for me. Like that's a really solid theory.
But would
What I
that
would
count?
say-
Would that count? I'm not trying to cut you off, but like, would that count
No, go.
with? Because like this month is new Pokemon. So
Right.
would a new evolution count as a new Pokemon?
I mean,
Absolutely.
we just got done talking about that
Yeah, it's true.
Wooper possible
Yeah.
evolution. So this probably, like I said, like you said, this could be like cross gen evos rather than regional evos, unless the whole
Ooh.
Wooper thing. So
Yeah, it
like this-
depends. Either way, even if they are regional Evos, they're still brand new Pokemon like
That's true.
Berserker or Renrigus. You know,
That's
they're
true.
still they're still brand new to like that generation. They go in Galar decks kind of thing. But yeah, so I see it as 2 things. The reason that it adds up for me, what your theory, Dusty, is that the coin Pokemon could be completely separate from this. So like there could be a coin Pokemon that's separate, and then this could be a Klefki evolution. And
Where was the
go for it.
Where was the key? Where was the coin hint? I don't remember that.
that was last week's riddle he gave us.
Okay.
Yeah, which it was after I think the last podcast.
All right.
It's like later in the week. But I mean that one is super convoluted too. But somebody cracked it
That's
pretty
cool.
well.
So we get a
And
new
he
coin
actually,
Pokemon.
yeah, he actually said that he was going to break it down in 6 days, but he never did. And which makes me think that I think we cracked it pretty well, and he just isn't giving it to us. You know, like he's not going to say anything else.
Well, that would actually make more sense if they are separate because it's kind of like the cells, but like you collect that brand new cell Pokemon or coin Pokemon, right? So you're not collecting actual coins. You're collecting, this Pokemon. They could make it that lore where it's like Pidgey eat Caterpie. This Pokemon
Totally.
eats whatever this new coin Pokemon is.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a Shelmet and Carablast situation where
Yeah.
these 2 would need each other in order to evolve.
And I feel like it's way more fun to collect a Pokemon rather than just an object. Like I got bored of the Wisps pretty quickly because there's no personality there. When you're collecting Diglett or Koroks seeds, right? Or not Korok seeds. What are they called? Korok.
No, there are Corexes for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's way more fun because they have personality and they're living creatures.
I
So
agree.
that's cool. I could totally see that happening.
So in opposition to that, though,
Yeah.
the other thing that I had come up with, but I mean, I'm not like solid on this whole theory either. You gotta look at all the 4 keys. Gen 6 Object Mon could also be Aegislash. And I think that just tells you what the typing is going to be because it adds up to what a chest coin Pokemon would be. So it'd be
That's so
Steel
cool.
Ghost.
I love them.
Yeah. What are
that's so cool.
the other ones? The P one, which is probably the golden aspect of it.
Or maybe it's just maybe it's the letter P.
Right, I did think that too. And then I was just looking at Gen 6 Pokemon with the letter P, and you have a bunch of them, but the ghost ones specifically are Phantump and Pumpkaboo.
That's cool. I could see that. I could see that too, because the wooden
Yeah.
chest. It's a wooden chest, and that would actually make it feel more natural.
Yeah, Pumpkaboo is kind of like an Object Mon too, a little bit.
Or it is, yeah. Or maybe it's
Yeah.
like the anchor, the
Delmise from
yeah,
Gen
maybe
7.
it's like Delmise, where it's like its body is made up of wood, like dead wood, and a ghost spirit, but it has the same attributes. Who's to say it doesn't have the same metal attributes?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the thing about Delmise is that the seaweed is the Pokemon and not the actual anchor that it's possessing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, what is the ghost possessing? The wood, or is it possessing what's inside of it? I would say it would be possessing the wood if it's eating the steel coins. You know what I'm saying? And then like even just last generation, they had a whole thing where Cramorant's ability is to go underwater and like eat the fish Pokemon and Pikachu.
Yeah.
I love how animated that ability was, though.
Well,
Yeah, I did too.
That's good.
I've got a question for you guys. If it is indeed a mimic, because I'm reaching back further. You guys are reaching back from anime. I'm reaching all the way back to my days in D&D, and the mimics are considered magical creatures. So, what would magical creatures technically be categorized as?
Still creatures, because technically all Pokemon are magical creatures.
True,
Yeah.
but when you
I would think it's a. I mean, it would either be ghost and fairy or fairy, either ghost or fairy, because fairies are also supposed to be very devious and tricksters, and a mimic to me is a trickster.
That could work because guess what Klefki is?
Yeah, exactly, fairy. I was thinking about that. Yeah.
yeah, it actually
Doesn't
just
the
it
Pokemon
was hitting me because of that.
Yeah, doesn't the Pokemon world says that Klefkis are most common seen as like pets for people that just want something to keep up with their keys. I'm pretty
that
sure
would be me.
I'm not
I'm
sure
pretty
about
sure
it,
in
but
Gen 6, in Gen 6 it said that most Klefki owners own Klefkis whenever they know that they can't like that they're very clumsy with their like keys and stuff. And they just know, well, I have a Pokemon that's holding it for me, so I don't need to worry about losing it.
Bro,
So
yeah, I
maybe
need that.
maybe the lore for this Pokemon is like Klefkis in the ancient times. The people that had these chests would keep the key somewhere safe on a Klefki. And maybe we need to find a original Klefki that owns these old keys to this chest.
That's cool. I like that. Like if there's like maybe the regional Klefki looks a little bit different, but it's a collector of ancient keys or specific types of keys, which are for chests and treasure.
Clayman
That can
V.
go, that can go,
Just a quick thing. Clayman V with the $5 in chat says mimic Pokemon could be Dark Fairy. I think Dark because they're usually evil in D&D.
Awesome, Clayman. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I was gonna say maybe we can go back to the whole past and future formers where these past Klefkis need or their own like they only want to collect olden keys from the past, whereas the Klefkis are modern day like to collect more modern keys like car keys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Klefkis are the ones we need to get to this new Pokemon.
You guys want to? Yeah.
Before you do that, to go back to that comment, Dark type also works because of Spiritomb.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
the whole
definitely.
108 hint.
Definitely, yeah.
So like the types in this riddle are fairy, dark, ghost, and steel. So I don't know if
Well, pause. If I love that. But also the cell. What is the cell? To me, that's Zygarde, which is dragon and ground. Are we gonna consider if we're gonna consider those other ones? Are
I
we
mean
gonna have to consider that?
you
I
could
think those are there for the sake of just letting us know that this is a collectathon Pokemon that
yeah, I
we're gonna
really
have
do
to
think
collect stuff to get.
Okay.
I really do agree with that. I think it
Okay.
definitely has to do with that because also the Spirit Tomb one they're all double meanings, I'm pretty sure. So like the cell is the Zygarde and it's a cell. The Spirit Tomb one is that it's a ghost type and it's also a collectathon thing in
Yeah.
DLA.
It's a direct reference to Spiritomb, and then Gen 6 is like it's like figure out which one this is about, but it's key, right? Key.
Well,
He didn't need to write key. He could have wrote hint. So okay, I get that.
Yeah, and then the P1 could be, like releasing from a cell and the color of it. So,
Yeah.
they all kind of do that.
And when we're talking about the typings, I mean, don't forget, you guys brought up Delmise. Delmise technically acts as a triple type because of its ability, the Steelworker. What's to say
And now
that?
you're going to all those crazy theories.
Yeah.
But what's to say that this particular Pokemon won't have a similar effect, or they might expand it on such an ability?
I love that. I love that.
Because we also have
I
moves
think it
like
could.
Pixelate and Aerialate that will also change typing of specific moves to a new type. It could actually have something like that too.
Yeah. And they've retcon abilities in the past.
I mean, I think it could really just play right into the whole gimmick thing of having 3 types. So that could be something to think
Oh,
of.
that's true. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I forgot we might have triple type Pokemon.
Because you have to remember, like in the most recent generations, they aren't afraid of giving their new Pokemon a gimmick. Like in Gen 7, a lot of the new mons like Komo-o had in Mimikyu, they had their own Z moves, and a lot of the Gen 8 Pokemon like Sandaconda and Alcremie,
I think
they
all
also
the
got
Gen 8
the
ones
gimmick.
did. They were all Gen
most
8.
of them did.
Yeah. Gen 8 or Gen 1, I think.
It was a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon that got the gimmick, and a lot of like most of the mons that got a Gigantamax were Gen 8 and Gen 1. And a few Gen 5 ones.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
But
Gardevoir.
I noticed that because back in Gen 6, I'm pretty sure they didn't straight out say it, but their reasoning for not giving the Gen 6 mons megas were most likely due to the fact that they were already new and they didn't want to add something new on top of something new, but they kind of realized that was a really dumb idea because the next generation, a lot of the Gen 7 mons got Z moves, and then especially in Gen 8, like a lot of the gym leaders, aces, were mostly Gen 8 mons that had a Gigantamax.
Yeah, it's almost as if
That's
there's a perfect opportunity for them to introduce Kalos into Generation 9.
Yeah, especially when we know that there's a new concept of megas coming. They can use that as an opportunity to bring like Gen 6 mons back and give them the megas that they probably deserve. Maybe we can finally see Mega Flygon. Who knows?
Yeah.
Justice for Flygon.
Justice for the hashtag. I'm hyped, man. This might be one of my. I've always liked Ghost Pokemon. I've always liked not fairy Pokemon, but like trickster kind of Pokemon. Huge fan of Mimikyu, for example.
Yeah,
Edge,
I was a huge
amazing.
fan of Impidimp because of its whole like troll aesthetic.
Yeah, Ghosts and Objectmon are some of my favorite. This thing would be top notch. This thing I could easily see as like a top 20 Pokemon for me.
From what we could tell, I think Koo was pretty excited about it as well. It seemed that way.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
definitely
true.
excited for like a Mimic.
It does feel like he's more. He's been dropping a bit more than the last time. It does feel like it. Like definitely, you can feel the hype from him.
Yeah,
He's posted like every other day.
Yeah, it seems like his riddle, like his more recent riddles, are centered around character, like especially we're going to get into the character one later, but when it comes to these Pokemon riddles, they're mostly centered around the ones he seems to be the most excited about. Especially with this coin one, because of the whole riddle from last week that had so many layers on top of it. And then this one seems to be way more, I guess you can say, relaxed than the Tapu Koko tip. I can't remember the Z move, but like the Top Pentium Z riddle from last week. Like
Yeah.
this picture, it definitely relates to that Pokemon, but it seems to be way more. So that's all I have to have on that.
I mean, I totally
Yes.
agree.
Yeah, because the
I
one
think
from last week was extremely confusing.
Yeah, I think that he totally posts things that he's excited for himself because he gets to choose it, And he is a Pokemon fan. He's not just like doing this just to leak it for the fun of it. He actually wants us to know what the stuff is.
Yeah, because if you guys don't remember, I think I didn't brush up upon this in my video. Well, not the one from like 2 weeks ago, but when back to the starters, he mentioned how even though the grasped one is going to be like Sprigatito's final evolution is going to be the evolution he likes out of the three of them is Quaxly's, and that made me excited. I was
It's
really
gonna be
excited when I heard that.
Yeah, I honestly think I'm like turning into a Quaxley, bro. Cam, what do you guys call yourselves?
I don't even think we have like a stand name for Quaxley. We just like Quaxley.
Yeah, I've been on. I'm a Fway. There's not even a name for that. I'm gonna make some names. I'll put them on Twitter.
The Fway way.
Like
The Fway,
Fway.
yeah. This is the Fway. It's like a Mandalorian crossover.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Is it sad that I
oh.
still can't choose?
Like
that's-
I
I'm pretty
fully
no,
get
sure.
that. I fully get that, dude.
That's the best way to
Yeah.
live.
I was gonna say, didn't Kuz say that he already confirmed that Sprigatito is gonna be the feminine waifu evolution out of the three? Didn't
He kind of did, yeah.
Like he already called that one the waifu starter evolution.
Yeah.
And then he said that his favorite of the three is Quaxly's, which makes me very nervous about Huecoco's because he hasn't elaborated more. Because even though we've gotten the whole poll that's going to be revealed on the end of the month, he's given us way more information about the other two than he's given us about Huecoco, most likely because Huecoco's. But it seems like no matter what you chose in that poll from like 3 weeks ago, everybody we've gotten like I would say substantial amount of information about those. Like I'm not gonna say I don't trust Koo's judgment, because if he didn't like the Quaxley one, very, very, I would say risque or like very open about his interest. And if he called Sprigatito's the waifu one, I'm pretty sure he would elaborate on, yeah, I like the Sprigatito one because it's the waifu. Because like I said, he's very open about his interest when it comes to like waifus and stuff like that. But he said that Quaxly's his favorite, which is a lot in my personal opinion. Like Quaxley, out of these three, Quaxley has like the coolest one if they call his attention over the waifu.
Well, actually, could be so dope. I really want to see it with like a feather sword, or I don't know. I think it's gonna be water fighting, which is cool because I think of a sword fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be
like I
sick.
said, like he's shown that he likes waifus, but despite him liking waifus, he chose Quaxley over Sprigatito, which he said was the waifu mine. I just think that's like a lot of substantial evidence that Quaxley might have the coolest looking one, but we don't know that yet because he hasn't given us any information on Fuecoco's yet.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see.
It really depends on taste too. I mean, like it's totally opinion based.
Yeah.
Because if you think about like what he thought about the PLA starters too, I mean, I ended up kind of agreeing with him, except for Decidueye. Like Decidueye, I really liked.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he said that was his least favorite, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I could just throw something out there.
Yeah, go for it.
So I've been doing a lot of digging, and with Quaxley, I'm personally feeling there's going to be some French influences. So if it's going in any direction, I think that would be the direction we need to look into. There's not a lot that I have found to go on with that particular Pokemon.
Wait, so you said French influences?
Yeah, I think it's going to have French influences.
That's dope. I love that. Love to see that.
I'm still early stages of digging on this one, but so far the only thing I've found that connects, that has any connection to Quaxley has both been French leaning. One of which was actually by Camtendo, who helped me out with that one.
What is the French leaning? What is it?
Well, we're all kind of speculating that Quaxley is based on the blue-footed booby. And if you look at the scientific name for that particular bird, it was named after a French surgeon who was also an explorer who discovered a couple different bird species.
Really?
Yep. And
what's her name?
You'll have to give me a second. I'll have to actually look it up. I don't have it fresh off my head.
No, I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
But the other thing was I was trying to figure out, like, what's with the hair. And I had mentioned it to Camtendo, and he's like, it looks like a pompadour. And if you look up pompadour, it was originally done by Madame de Pompadour from France. She was one of the king's consorts.
Can I just interject real quick, just randomly? Because I think I saw one of the...
Yeah.
So, BRXthartic, I think in chat, said that the Pokemon website said he uses his feet a lot, so I don't think he'll have a sword. Sword fighters don't use feet, which... I'm sorry, but that's just blatantly wrong.
So they don't use feet?
Of course, sword fighters use their feet. Of course they do. Like, that logic doesn't apply. I'm just kind of disagreeing with the comment. I'm literally in pain as I speak, but I just saw that and I had to disagree with it. Okay, I just had to unmute to say that that's wrong. Of course.
If you guys have ever watched Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Anakin versus Obi-Wan, Anakin very clearly kicks Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan does a backflip.
Yeah, like,
that is real.
I have the high ground, Anakin.
Don't get me started, Ruffled.
Dude, I love Star
Wars.
Dude, I love fucking Star Wars, man. But
oh, dude, I bought a new lightsaber. I want to be on cam next week. I want to show it off.
Okay, cool.
Funny you should mention it, though. Funny you should mention feet.
Mm-hmm.
The blue-footed booby has a mating ritual that involves lifting up its feet. The color of its feet is what attracts the females.
Dude,
that's random.
Quaxley gets it.
No, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if it has a design. I'm not saying it's going to be a sword fighter. I just disagree with the statement that sword fighters don't use their feet. Of course they do. They have to, like, one of the best ways a sword fighter can, like, determine. It's the same way a boxer.
It's like footwork, right? Yeah, footwork.
Yeah, it's like you look at the feet because, there's a whole thing called reach. You know what I mean? Like, how far you can reach. There's a limited amount of distance between you and, like, your target for you to be able to reach. Like, you don't have, you're not fucking, Monkey D. Luffy. You're not fucking from One Piece. You know what I mean? So you can just extend your shit to infinity. There's a limit. There's a limited length at which you can do that for, right? So why am I saying this? Because as a sword fighter, you literally have to pay, like, feet. You actually have to pay more attention to the person's feet than the actual hands and sword.
yeah,
especially
in a situation where you knock the sword out of your opponent's hand and you have to act fast to distract the opponent so you can grab your sword to fight again.
Yeah,
in that case, you would have to kick to catch them off guard and run to your sword and grab it.
Yeah, but that's even beyond it. Like, just literally look at boxing. You have to pay attention to your whole enemy, like your target, all of it. You need to pay attention to all of it, not just where are his hands? Because you can be paying attention to his hands as he's moving in towards you. You know what I mean? Closer with his feet. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter.
Water dancing.
You need to understand distance. You need to have good coordination. You need to have it all is all combined. So yeah, either way, they said I get it in chat. That just caught me off guard. I was reading. I was like, wait a minute.
Well, there's also feet position for when you're sword fighting. Your own feet position. You're not going to be able to.
You need to stand as a swordsman. You need to stand in a very specific position to, one, be able to hold your sword in the proper way, and two, to be able to, like, whatever it might be, to parry, to guard, to, thrust, whatever it might be, you need to have a specific position and do it. Like, your feet do more work than your arms do in that sense. You know what I mean? Because your legs are kind of what determine, where you're going to be end up going. You know what I mean? Like, the way you move your body, it's all one singular motion.
Facts.
So yeah, it's like, I just I don't know, that caught me off guard. I was like, this doesn't seem, this is not right.
Yeah.
But
also, the way I kind of see it is like, I mean, like, just because Quaxley, like, we have that information about its feet because of Quaxley. We don't know what its evolution is going to be. So when it's younger, it could kick, but like as it grows up, maybe it starts to kick, but also using its wings and its feathers or whatever the heck else.
Yeah, it says here on a website it has strong legs and is able to swim without difficulty, even in places with strong currents. In battle, it kicks its opponents swiftly and repeatedly. And do you know what bird Pokemon that reminds me of? That also uses its feet a lot in battle. That is also a starter.
Rowlet.
Well, Rowlet, Hisuian, Decidueye, and Blaziken. Because Blaziken literally has Blaze Kick.
True. Facts. Dude, is Quaxley going to get Blaze Kick? That'd be insane.
I told you guys before, whenever it comes to bird starters, in terms of I'm not necessarily saying competitive values because Empoleon shows that, but in terms of design, you can never go wrong with a bird Pokemon starter. Like, all their final evolutions always seem to be designed very well.
Facts. Dude, I'm going to be...
Probably because they look good on two legs.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obviously obviously going to be like a water fighting type. That's kind of predetermined already by the fact that it's already been leaked by Ku, but also it matches up perfectly with the Legends Arceus connection. So we kind of already know that.
Yeah, I mean,
right? Like,
if it does use its feet too, if it does use its feet, like, it'll be almost a copy of Hisuian Decidueye too. Yeah, like that's what
it can be the counterpart.
Dude, I love it. I love these fighting birds.
Mm-hmm.
So what is
this topic?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll go ahead because on this topic, I don't know if you guys saw what Eclipse was saying about Fuecoco, because I know Cam was just talking about how he's not too confident in Fuecoco, and I mean you can take Eclipse's words however you'd like, but I don't know if you guys saw it. He was saying that it.
I didn't see it.
He said basically that it would be like a zombie.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool.
Like a zombie, and then he posted a picture of like the old beta skeleton Pokemon. It's like a dragon dinosaur, and it's just a straight up skeleton. And I was just like, dude, if Fuecoco becomes a full on skeleton,
that's
zombie
so
Pokemon,
cool.
I'm just in. I'm all in.
That is so cool. It's like dude.
I don't want to get too excited though, but
that could be better than Charizard.
Yeah,
that is so sick, dude. That is evil. And then Blaze Incineroar has been talking about that anime silhouette for so long. Have you seen him tweet about that?
Yeah.
And I want to know, I really want that to be confirmed. Apparently in the anime, there was, and they do this a lot, but apparently in the anime, there was a visual reference to some sort of like massive fire-breathing dragon, but it was like not a Pokemon that we know about at all. Blaze Incineroar has been posting that with all sorts of different theories, and my favorite is like, is this what Fuecoco could evolve into?
I remember that episode.
Think about that. Yeah, the thing about that is that I don't think they would make, because the way how art works is that you can't just make a silhouette like that.
Yeah,
just off the bat, like there has to be a basis for that design.
Yeah, they just go like, do any Pokemon that doesn't exist. Like typically,
also, Fuecoco's probably been around for a while, like the whole evolution line.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's been around for a while. Like those shoes and Ultra Sun and Moon, those are Fuecoco faces.
Yeah. That's true. I know. Since Gen 7, man. Since Gen 7.
Which proves that like it's crazy how far back that, like, I don't want to be that. I was like, it's been in development for this many years, but it conceptual.
I am that guy.
Far back.
Yeah, I really it makes sense, and it would also make sense like with the Pokemon Company being so big. It's like they're not just doing these. They're not just like making an entire generation concept in 6 months before they start development. That's not how it works. like we know they have multiple teams, but also like they must have a whole team of people who just like design and just like it's just a think tank. Their job is to just do research, brainstorm ideas, not categorize, but like catalog certain concepts and theories and Pokemon designs, just so they can pick and choose. I'm sure they have like 10 Pokemon starters that they could choose from for Gen 10 if they wanted to.
Gen 10 might already be like conceptual wise in development.
Exactly.
totally.
Exactly.
I think they're already working it. Just given the timetable that it takes to not only design all the new Pokemon that they're going to introduce, the story, the landscape, they're probably already building the bones for a lot of the stuff that we're going to see down the road.
That's so wild to see. Yeah, that's Nintendo. That's the one.
Yeah, from subjectively, I love this art so much.
Ruffle, can you throw that up? That's insane.
Yeah, sure. One sec. Let me get it.
That's insane, dude. And it doesn't. So, like, what's cool about this is it doesn't look like dry bones. It just looks like it's got that Marowak look where it's like there was a skull on its head that maybe it grew into, and then essentially like all the flames, like its headpiece, is just bursting fire, right? So it's like it's got connectors. Honestly, Pokemon designs have been getting pretty weird ever since we got those. I mean, they've always been kind of weird, but I still can't believe we got those fossil Pokemon in Gen 8.
That was such a cool inspiration for a like a fossil manga, which ranks the question. I really hope that I don't want the similar concept, but I really hope that the Gen 8 fossils don't go back to the whole rock type aesthetic of like they have to have rock in the typing.
Yeah.
That's definitely an interesting point. I wonder.
Do you guys? So we could either keep talking about riddles. I kind of want to get into the concept of like, and just talk out loud with you guys and think about this future and past Pokemon forms because like it's starting to get the idea starting to like kind of spread like wildfire.
I think there isn't there. Wait, before we do that, isn't there one more cool riddle? Like he did the gym leader one in advance. We can talk about for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be short anyway. I think it's just a gym leader for sure, or a character.
Yeah, I'm pretty and like. What typing do you guys think it is? Because me personally, I think it's a ghost type.
Personally, I haven't given it too much thought, so I'm not sure.
I think dark.
You think dark type?
Yeah, because of the whole soul thing.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, ghost type because like spirits and souls and stuff.
Wait, are we talking about typing of Fuecoco? Evil? Or...
I know the gym leader hint that he gave us a few days ago.
Yeah, I'm thinking dark type on that whole thing, but I could be totally wrong. Like again, I don't even know what that one exactly is referring to. To be fair, that one still has.
From what I gathered, it seems like there's going to be a singer gym leader that's either, like you guys said, a dark or a ghost type.
The person who commented though the whole Ursula Little Mermaid thing just like blew my mind. Because it could really be that. I'm just saying. I've heard that like this game has a lot to do with fairy tales, and like
that's an old one.
Yeah, that whole thing. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie, but she's a sea witch. She has exactly the same kind of hair and look going on.
Yeah,
and she's a singer. She sings like the whole thing about stealing the Little Mermaid's voice, and she like literally steals souls. And the song that she sings is
poor unfortunate soul.
Poor unfortunate souls. That's like literally what she sings. And it just like was like, okay, it adds up too much. But I mean, it could definitely be something else. But to me, I'm like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a water type, or maybe it is ghost. It's ghost, water, or dark. So
one gym that we know for sure is in the game is grass, because I'm pretty sure he gave us a grass type hint, didn't he? Because he after that he replied that BTW, you got a gym leader hint in the trailer, and when I bring up the trailer, the only thing that comes to mind is that grass type arena, which also confuses me because we see the fire racing flags and we see that ground type area or that rock type area, and they showed those three grouped together, but the way Ku worded it, only one of those was an actual gym and the other two were just just two separate areas in the game.
The way I think gyms will work is I think that there will be one main type for the gym, and then adding in the gimmick, like they will use other types. Like maybe one of their mons can like add a type to their already existing type, like their last Pokemon. Maybe
he gets to use the gimmick.
Yeah, exactly, and it adds the type to it, kind of thing. So I think like maybe that's the themes that you're seeing, but I think ultimately the gyms will still be like one primary type. I think that one's the grass one. I don't think that those flags with the fire has anything to do with it. Actually, I think it might be a separate place.
Yeah, that's after what Koo said. I think that just might be a separate place in general. It might be just a racing mini game that we can do with the co-op feature.
Yep, exactly. Or it could have to do with the same gym, but you do it before it. I don't know. Maybe it's not fire, but fire and racing kind of go along with each other.
So, yeah.
I've also seen people point out, which I think I pointed that out in my analysis. I don't remember, but how the arena in the grass type gym area is a tower, and you can see the stairs leading up to it in the like that shot.
Totally. Yeah.
So I feel like the gym puzzle is just us climbing a giant windmill tower, because there is a small windmill on top of that, and we do know there's a windmill area in the game.
Wouldn't that be then just
So that could
mimicking that, like the whole Breath of the Wild thing? Like with
yeah,
probably.
That's kind of like what they're mimicking with that. At least as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
When I saw that, the first thing I thought of was Super Mario Sunshine, one of the first levels. I don't know why.
I have yet to play that game.
it's extremely hard.
Yeah, I never beat it. Hardest. I never beat it. Not as a kid, not as an adult, but
same.
Like it's the hardest 3D Mario game they've made.
You can see those towers too in other places other than just that. If you look in the trailers, they're in the background of other parts of the trailers.
Yeah, but I think there's just more of them just showing off the like many locations in the distance, because we also see that mountain as a recurring area shown in trailers.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Right now we know 2 of the possibly 8 or 10 gym leaders if they go version exclusive again in the game. I thought that was something really cool.
Yeah.
And also this confirmation that gyms are back, because I saw a lot of people that were just like, we might get something new or trials might come back, and I was like, I don't think trials are going to come back, because that
have they used the word gym?
Well, what is the GL? He said GL, and GL is pretty much gym leader.
That's true.
Yeah, I would say it's like 99% confirmed back, even just from the trailer with that little like battle spot.
Yeah, I like the idea of like, because honestly, what is a trial captain other than a gym leader? I like the idea. I like the idea of there being some sort of like event or gimmick or mini game, some sort of trial. You could even use the word trial. Some sort of trial that you do ahead of the gym and then fight the actual gym.
Honestly,
if they give it some sort of, if they just switch it up a little bit, just to give it a little bit of distinct flavor, that'd be nice.
Yeah, the only difference between a child captain and a gym leader is that when it came to the trials were just puzzles with like the actual gym battle being the totem you fight. Like when you look at it from like a gameplay point of view, trials were really just gym battles and gym puzzles, except instead of a gym battle, you just fought a Pokemon instead of a person, because the actual gym leader, aka the child captain, was more in charge of the gym puzzle or the child puzzle. And the only other difference between that is that there are, I believe, 7 trial captains and 8 gym leaders, but the only reason why there were 7 trial captains is because I'm pretty sure the 8th, like the dragon type trial, he didn't exist, or they hadn't found a replacement for him yet. So that's why on your way to you do the final trial, which is the Jankmo-O trial, where you're just walking and then you fight the Jamo-Os and Komo-O and Hakamo-Os, and then the totem is a totem Komo-O. So there technically were 8 trials, just not 8 trial captains.
Facts.
So, like, I thought about that for a bit because I was like, when you really think about it, trials are just gyms, but like the character is less involved. It's more about
Yeah.
the Pokemon than the actual character.
Yeah, trials are gyms before gyms existed. And that's literally the story of Sun and Moon. And it is kind of interesting to see, 5 years removed from Sun and Moon. It's like, okay, they're sticking with, like, they really are starting to play with different formulas for Pokemon games. And we're seeing that really a lot with Legends Arceus. And I hope we see that even further explored in Scarlet and Violet.
I've been enjoying
Yeah,
it.
I feel like they might do it again, but in a legend style game, because I think they noticed that when it comes to gym leaders and characters, especially with the popularity of like a lot of the Gen 8 gym leaders, that they're really gonna they really introduce these characters. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but like Lily, well, even though she's not a gym leader, but like Raihan, for some reason, he's just extremely popular in Japan to the point where he has like a 120 something dollar figurine of himself that's on sale almost all the time, and like it's like almost always selling out because of its popularity.
He's
I
a cool
think they
guy.
realized, yeah, I think they realized that characters and Pokemon are just as valuable market wise than like Pokemon is, especially with the success of Pokemon Masters.
Yeah,
Like,
and in the United States, I mostly see that with characters like what's her name? Not Nessa, Marnie. I see that with Marnie a
Marnie.
ton. People,
Yeah,
especially in the TCG game. I remember when that Marnie pack came out. Like that was like the most coveted thing, and all it had was like battle styles. But yeah, no, definitely. I've never really cared about trainers too much, but I'm happy to see that they're starting to really flesh them out, and we're starting to get better relationships, better stories with these characters. It's been good. Gen 8 did great things for the characters.
Funny because like a lot of the Gen 8 characters that didn't get the most fleshing out are the ones that are the most popular. Because Marnie, out of all the rivals in the game, Marnie was the one you learned the least about. But yeah, because she's cute, she has like the most merch.
Yeah, definitely.
And the same with the Raihan. Like people only like he's the most popular gym leader because he's like the hot guy of the gym leaders.
Yo, you said it.
So I think they
I'm gonna be
You guys-
honest.
you guys-
though,
you guys
I'm
wanna
gonna be
move on?
honest. I just want to say something totally off topic. Just want to say this. I think Leon is lame. There we go. I said it.
Dude, I was
Move on.
just thinking that this morning.
Leon is so
I-
lame.
I'm
Leon
sorry.
is a
His
nerd.
outfit as well.
It's so bad.
I'm sorry,
Dude, he's
but-
got the dumb hat. He's got the
Dude,
dumb
no,
hat.
the hat is fine. The hat is like the least of my. It's the least.
Dude, the hat
listen,
should be straight.
It is the least of my
Like,
fucking concern. Okay, my biggest issue is whatever those fucking pants are. Okay, whatever those fucking pants are, dude. Because my guy,
so
you
true.
don't wear shorts and then those like fucking thingies under it. You look goofy. Okay. You look like an idiot. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop
guys-
that shit,
true.
okay?
Did you guys
Like when
see
I
the
think
latest
of, dude,
episode
when
of
I
Journeys?
think, dude, I all I know is that Elaine lost and that's it.
He
That's all.
lost. He lost. He mega evolved and lost to base Charizard. Leon didn't even G Max.
That's bullshit.
Really? I didn't
Leon-
watch it.
Leon used one attack in like O code Alon, and that was the fight. That was it.
Dude,
I like
they should have incorporated like the lesson he learned from the game, which is he's not actually that good.
He mentions in the anime that he's afraid of himself because he can't stop winning fights. And that not gym battle, but that fight in tournament was complete and utter BS because Alon, they were both at full strength. Alon mega evolves into Mega Charizard X, single-handedly uses his strongest attack on Leon. Leon somehow managed to dodge it, use one attack, and destroyed Charizard X, and that was the fight.
Bro, that is so pretentious. Imagine if I said, guys, my channel is so good. I make the best videos, and I'm afraid of myself. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Isn't that what you do though? Isn't that
Yeah,
like
I do do that. Yeah, I
Isn't
do
that
do
the Dusty
You're right.
Gogo mantra? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, my guy. No, but like, dude, I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I just have to shit on Leon for real quick. I'm sorry, but like, I get it when you introduce like characters. Like, I mean, you could even make the argument, oh, when they introduced Cynthia, you know, she was also broken or whatever the fuck, and they made her overpowered, etc., 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 whatever, right? But like,
She's actually strong.
but yeah, she is strong. But like, that's the thing. She
looks cool.
She has a team that justifies the strength. I'm sorry, but you can't just put Charizard there and just automatically be like, hey, he's very strong. Okay, boom, boom. You know, it's what it is. Like I'm sorry,
talks
but
about
like,
his strength.
like
In the
video
anime,
game-
he talks about his strength like it's a curse.
dude. But it's like they. I know, like they
That's hilarious.
I know they can introduce whatever they want and say this person is this thing, right? But like introducing this guy, sorry, it's just because of the fact that I fucking hated Sword and Shield base game, and I think that's what pisses me off even more. That I'm sitting here and like being like, so you're trying to tell me that this asswipe is considered the strongest trainer in the fucking world, and I can sweep him with a fucking snom.
Yo, so the lore that I saw,
Really?
the explanation on Twitter. I have no position in this fight. I don't care. Because the games are canon. Anyways, so what I saw on Twitter was that apparently like it would make sense for Leon, the champion of a region, the region that is the most competitive, to actually be the best champion of them all, right? Because if like, these other players, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but that kind of makes sense. If in lore, Galar is like the most competitive region, right? And they take the league the most seriously, that he would be the best.
They mentioned that the gym leaders, lore-wise, and Galar have the strength of Elite Four members
Jeez.
and other regions.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you really telling me?
Bottom line is though.
Are you telling me that they really are gonna fucking push Milo and fucking Nessa and fucking even B? Really? I'm sorry.
Well,
what? What are you talking about? What the fuck?
Apparently that's the reason why there is no Elite Four in that region, is because the gym leaders of that region all have the strength of Elite Four members.
Well, hopefully Generation 9 canonizes that gym leaders like select which Pokemon they want to use depending on how many badges you have.
They have to.
Look,
If we can do the story
maybe that
in
could make
order.
sense.
I'm sorry, but just the ID in my
Maybe Milo has Virizion.
dude, I cannot. I'm sorry, I cannot accept it in any way or shape that Leon is considered the best. I'm sorry, but like, I just can't. Like, to me, I just can't. One, I just seriously.
He's stupid, dude. He's never been cool.
Decide if you're gonna wear shorts or fucking pants. Like, pick one. You can't have both.
Yeah, it's
pick
not
one.
2005.
It's like pick one. Pick one, my guy.
I can't.
But also, I just hate the idea of like, oh, you know, I have Gigantamax Charizard. Haha, sucks to be you. You know, like the fact that he can just pull that shit out of his ass and be like, well, whoop-de fucking do, boys. I
And
win.
Gigantamax Charizard's not even good, dude. Like, Elaine has Mega Charizard with a Thunder Punch. You're dead.
He beat Charizard X with base Charizard because
Which
his
is
Charizard's
bullshit.
that strong. It is that strong.
Get outta
apparently.
here. Listen.
Should have used his Charizard.
Yo,
I am a
Pokemon.
Charizard fanboy.
Pokemon
I
have
am
a
a
max level, motherfuckers. Pokemon have a max level. Even if that shit is level 100. Max IVs, max fucking like base. Sorry, not base. Well, base stats are always the same. But like max fucking IVs, like maxed out all the fucking shit. Okay, I don't care. Elaine's has definitely got the same shit. Okay, his is on the same level. You're really telling me one fucking little poop from his little Charizard ends the life of another one just like it's nothing. Like
Wait, Ruffle. I want to hear from the Charizard apologist.
I'm not. No. Hold on. Let's
I'm
clarify
kidding.
something, okay, let's clarify something. I'm a Charizard fanboy. My actual PFP on Discord is purple Charizard because he used to be purple.
Sure.
But even I have my limits. You know, I'm with Ruffled on this one. But also, seriously, how can you have a champion who dresses like he's dressed himself in the dark?
Dude, he's so stupid looking. He looks like that kid. He looks like that kid that you don't want to be associated with because you're both playing Pokemon. You're like,
yeah,
I play
that
Pokemon,
one kid,
but I'm cool.
dude,
I'm an adult.
that one kid in school that the teachers put you with just because you might have the same interest. But you're like, I don't want to be with him. He's the one who like rubs his ass and then sniffs it. I don't want to be with that kid. You know, the neighbor's kid. It's the neighbor's kid. He's like the neighbor's kid.
I can't even be upset over that fight.
Exactly. That's what it is.
I can't even be upset over that fight when I remember that Leon somehow beat Lance that had a shiny Mega Gyarados with Charizard.
Lance is so much cooler.
Dude, Lance is sick. Lance is just like your classic Dragon Master. Lance is in the... Why is Claire not there? It should have been a bunch of Dragon Masters.
Well, to be fair,
right.
dragons kind of got all like shit nerfed whenever fairies were introduced.
That's true. That's true.
But also, no, but you know what it is? It's just I hate it because you know what also pissed me off about Sword and Shield is that Sword and Shield kind of killed the Adventures manga, and I'm telling you, the Adventures manga was fucking heat. Okay, like sure, even a little bit of the Sun and Moon one kind of actually Sun and Moon kind of killed it, but I would say Sword and Shield kind of put the the final nail in the coffin. But like the Adventures manga, guys, you guys do realize? In the Adventures manga, Lance is literally Hitler. Like, the dude, dude, he's straight up. You do realize he's literally fucking terrorizing the Kanto region. Guy, like, he's literally going around just fucking, like, making a shit show.
Because he's evil. Is he part of Team Rocket?
Dude,
I know there's gym leaders that are part of Team Rocket.
Half the gym leaders.
Yeah, the entire Kanto region is like
half of them
Detroit.
are like fucking. Half of them are fucking like part of Team Rocket. Half of them are literally evil.
I gotta read that. That sounds fun.
Dude, the Adventures manga is amazing, okay? And maybe Hitler is a bit of an exaggeration, but basically, he's basically like I don't even know what word to use, but like he's just like evil in the manga. You know what I mean? It is so different, but that's the thing that makes it so fucking cool. Because that's the reason I've never really gotten 100% into like the anime, because it always feels so watered down and unrealistic in its approach. Like, come on. There's so many times where Ash should win, but it's like the dumbest shit. Or he'll ask his like the logic in like using an electric type move against like a ground type or something, and it actually works. And you're like, but wait a minute, it shouldn't. It fucking shouldn't. That's the thing with the Adventures manga. There, Pokemon get killed, straight up killed. Okay,
which is real. That would happen in real life.
You guys do realize? I think in the Adventures manga, I remember I did a lore video about this. In the Adventures manga, Steven Stone gets fucking murdered or killed. He literally dies. Like, he gets killed. Dude, Steven Stone gets fucking killed. In the Oras timeline, he gets killed. Okay, he gets killed.
And that's why Wallace steps up?
Dude, I don't know exactly, but like my point is, the dude gets literally fucking killed off.
Yeah, doesn't Rayquaza literally impale Zinnia because he didn't see her as worthy of his power?
Bro,
I mean, that's why I got Rayquaza.
But my point is, right, the end all be all point is, there is so much more cool shit they could do, but I get it, the manga is the more mature version, I guess you could say, whereas the fucking, whatchamacallit, the anime is just, it's the one that's popular, right? It's the one people are used to. You know, you can't have Ash killing somebody's Pokemon or his Pikachu dying. Of course, that's never going to happen. Also, Clayman V, thank you for the $10, saying Sword and Shield story, character lore were absolutely god-awful, absurd, and nonsensical. Like, you'd have to be inbred to like them. Leon's one saving grace for me is his outfit after he loses to you.
I do like the Generation 2.
That's extreme.
Anime.
Holy shit.
Do I count?
No, shout out to Iris because she's the only person that's in that tournament arc right now that doesn't have a gimmick. Even Cynthia has a keystone in her lipstick. That was a cool scene.
That's cool. Wait, I'm so...
The anime is not canon. You know, it's a mess. They usually do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Because they completely gave Lance, they like completely redesigned him to have his game look versus his look in the Gen 3 anime.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then Leon looks like a fool. That's it.
He looks so stupid. He's got like puffballs
in the games and in the anime. They could have just made him look cooler. Like, if he's really gonna be that big and bad, then he should be that big and bad.
But that's the thing. I don't know. It's not even about just the way he looks.
He's like a rival character.
I don't know. I'm just sorry, but like, there's no build up towards him. It's just, he's the big baddie. He's the best one. Everybody else sucks donkey dick. And it's just, I hate the idea that like he's totally undefeated. Like, I'm sorry, but like, it's so annoying that like, he's undefeated, dude. Nobody's ever beaten him. Like, I just hate that idea. I hate when they make somebody that's like just impossible, right? But then of course we know they're not like fucking that good. That's the problem. If there was like genuinely like if they were like to say like Cynthia, if they were to hypothetically say like, oh, Cynthia is the undefeated like, you know, world champion, blah 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 blah, and then you play the game and you're like, oh shit, I couldn't beat her after 10 times. Fuck me, yeah, she is really good, right? She is really strong. Then I would be like, okay, you know what? She got to fist the theme. You can sweep Leon any fucking time.
I'm so glad
Sucks donkey dick,
Ruffled
okay?
Rowlet's feeling better.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Dude, I'm sorry. I had to put this out.
We mentioned Leon, and it's like
I'm sorry, man. I had to
he's
put
been
something
healed.
out. I had to put something out. Dude, I'm in literally
Nah,
pain. I'm
somebody
literally
should
pain
clip.
as a
Somebody should just clip this entire thing.
I'm gonna. Yeah, this is the episode I'll be clipping.
Yeah, Sid said, but who's really playing Pokemon for the story? Fair point.
I like this. I play it for the story sometimes because
I
sometimes
played for the
the story can
adventure.
get really
I
good.
played for the adventure, my guy. I played for the adventure. That's why I played.
The story's a part of the adventure, but like,
True.
I play it for the plot.
Unless it's like Gen 8 where the plot was just so bad that you can't enjoy it.
For me, it's like I like the plot is just there to give structure to the story, the adventure, as Ruffled would say. But honestly, like I think we talked about this in previous episodes. Like I think the reason why I'm able to replay old games infinite amount of times is because I can just button mash through all the dialogue and the exposition. Where these newer games, it really tries to like make it a lot like immersive or cinematic, and that honestly takes me out of the adventure that I'm trying to just grind out.
I get that.
A skip cutscene option is like so needed like so much.
I mean, the thing is,
Yeah.
I plan to at least like with Scarlet and Violet, at least like play through the story a little bit more and actually try to enjoy it. But like, I'm sorry, Sword and Shield is just so fucking boring. Like
For me, the last memorable character in any story for me has been N. That's honestly the last game I can recall where I actually enjoyed following what's going on with one of the side characters. Since
Yeah,
then,
and is cool because he's what's the word? I don't know. Like you're unsure what his motives are.
I would also say like,
His motives are
I would say a decent one as well as Zinnia as well.
Zinnia.
I would say Zinnia is also an arguably like pretty decent one, you know. Clayman, take with $5 says, I'm 1000% over the conversation that the story is not important. If it were that the case, get rid of it completely and just just shove random showdown battles down. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, listen, the story, yes, listen. It's just that the problem is Pokemon stories have never been too deep. Like, I mean, sure, maybe like the times they have been deeper has been like, well, Black and White 2, etc. Like, you know, that's when it has been deeper. It's just the problem is the last few have been pretty dog shit.
It's not the story that matters. I think it's the world that matters, right?
Yeah, and like,
but that's the thing.
They went to an extreme. It's like you wouldn't strip it down. It's like the story doesn't matter, so forget it and just do a ROM hack. That's really what you're asking for.
Yeah, there's an amount of world building,
but that doesn't mean the story shouldn't be bad. Like the story has to be. Yeah, like for example, Pokemon Black and White, the story got deep at some points, but it was like still Pokemon at the end of the day. And even with Sun and Moon, like the story was pretty intense at sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's still Pokemon. It's not gonna have like they can imply certain things, but it's not gonna have like somebody's just gonna straight out say death. Even though technically Lily did mention death a few times, but
it's like it's what we were saying. It's what we were saying, Dusty. It's like the fact that like it's not really about like the story, it's about the world around the story, right? Because I feel like more is told you story-wise about Pokemon and stuff in like their Pokedex entries, in talking to characters, shit like that. Like I feel like that's more where like the Pokemon story happens rather than like the, you know, the play-by-play as you're playing through the base game, right? Like I feel like as you're playing through the base game, like that's where the story, like the hand-holdy story exists, where it's just kind of like, you know, there. But like I feel like the interesting stuff is what happens kind of outside the main plot. Oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes.
A good example of that is back in Gen 7, how you read the story of the Pikachu and I can't remember the other two Pokemon, but you see those same Pokemon frozen during the Lusamine cutscene, and it mentions how those three Pokemon went off on a journey and they haven't been seen since. And then you do the Lusamine segment and you see those exact three Pokemon frozen in her collection of Pokemon that she had thought was cute to her. So she like preserved them, and I thought that was pretty dark.
Yeah.
that's
Oh
kinda
yeah.
fucked up.
That one messed with me for a little bit.
Jay, thank you
They
for
had
saying
like
Silver was such an interesting character as well. Yeah, true. I mean, listen, it's not like the Pokemon doesn't have good story. There's interesting stories within Pokemon, but it's like if you take a whole Pokemon story, like listen, a lot of this I feel like is based on the fact that we haven't had a good story within a Pokemon game in a while. That's what I think this is the issue is here. Is the fact that
the
like
story was 2016.
well, I guess like when did we last have a decent thingy?
Sun and Moon,
Sun and Moon,
base Sun and Moon.
yeah, Sun and Moon had that. Since then, we had Let's Go. We've had I think it's because I mean, it has been a while now. If you think about it, it's been 5 years almost. since then,
2016
Yeah,
is a
5
while
years,
ago.
dude. 5 years. It's been a while. No matter what you twist it, it's been a fucking while. So hey, it is what it is.
And Gen 6 tried to have a good story, but there was just a lot lacking. But when you go back to Gen 5, like Gen 5 had a really good story, and I like playing BDSP. I realized that Gen 4 didn't have the best story, like base Gen 4, but Platinum definitely gave it more like lore and background to it. And even I guess Legends had a good story, but it was more or less the after like the whole post game Volo thing, because base PA was it was a mystery that never got like resolved until the Bolo segment happens, when he straight up says, "Yes, I'm the reason all the crazy stuff is, and I'm the reason why you were indirectly sent here to try to stop me."
Oh, I think it's a good point by Sid Hero. Think of it too, by the way. It says, to me, the story is my experience with the game. Just saying. Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
that's fair.
everybody has a different
Yeah,
has a different way of playing the
No,
game.
I guess PLA were like PLA did it pretty well, but again, dude, I'm sorry, but Sword and Shield has kind of like muddled. 'Cause again, like the issue is Sword and Shield for me. It's just Sword and Shield was the last mainline Pokemon game that was like a new gen, right? That was a previous generation that was introduced, and that did a horrible job, I think. Because
in
it
terms
just
of execution of story,
dude, it did.
Opposite Heroes like example. Like for me, I think a lot of people like say Johto has a really bad story, and I would agree that it's very simplistic and it's literally just the remnants of Team Rocket are just like causing trouble, right? That's the story of Generation 2. But there's so many
stakes then.
yeah, but there's so many iconic things, and it's like not there's so many iconic like areas of the world or characters, or also I think there's the game is built around like time, days of the week. There's like days of the week adventures and like things that only pop up once every day. And I feel like that's part of the adventure where you kind of create your own story.
I think
Soul got disconnected.
Yeah, I think
He got disconnected.
Yeah.
But there he
There
is.
he is.
But yeah, like Gen 2, the story wasn't as deep as like the gens that came afterwards. But like you said, Gen 2, what it had going for it was decent enough to where people put it at the top of their list. Whereas like you don't really see people put Gen 8 up there because the execution was awful. The characters didn't really do much, and the only character that tried to do something was Sonya. But when Sonya showed up, it was very annoying because in previous Pokemon games, there are multiple characters giving you lore and background to the region, but in Sword and Shield case, that was Sonya's entire character. She was just there for the sake of execution whenever you needed a break. And I think a big factor in this is that the whole point of Gen 8 was that they wanted you to stray away from the lore of the region and only do the gym stuff, because the gym stuff was the focus of the game. But because of that, the actual mythology and lore of the Pokemon in this region just suffer, because remember how that one part in the game where all the crazy Dynamax stuff was happening around our region, and when you and Hop are like, "Yo, let's go take care of that," and then you walk out and Leon's like, "Don't worry, I did it because I'm the strongest, and that's my thing." Like,
there's so many cut corners in Generation 8.
Yeah, and in any other Pokemon game, you would have taken care of that problem. And maybe like in Gen 4, Cynthia would join you sometimes to stop the stuff. And even in Black and White too, like would help you during some Team Plasma segments. And this was before we knew she was a champion. And it's just like,
you know what it is.
And what is it?
Go on. I'm gonna add to it afterwards. Go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, in previous games, even with the Lance thing in Gen 2, like when that was like one of the big climaxes of the game, when you go to with Lance to that hidden like in Cyanwood Town or Cyanwood City, when you go to that Team Rocket base and stop the electrodes and stuff, you helped the champion in previous games. But in Gen 8, they wanted you to only focus on the gym battles to the point to where the rest of like the game's overall story suffered because Leon was doing a story in your place. You were just only meant to focus on one thing. So when the whole Eternus thing happens, we don't know what we know we're the ones that stopped it. We don't know what to do because we didn't get to learn this information.
Yeah.
For all we know, Leon did, because Leon is he's the main character in the background doing our job for us that we're supposed to be doing. And that's
probably giving it too much credit, but I feel like with the whole Leon thing and the fact that we weren't a part of everything is, I think there was a story there where Leon is a pawn of Chairman Rose. And I don't know. I can't remember if that's intentional or if I'm giving them too much credit, but that's how I always read into it.
He technically was, because Rose was the one that sponsored him. And B, that's why B was very full of himself, because he was like, I was sponsored by the person that sponsored the champion, so I'm basically set, and you aren't. So
there's a couple of things that always stood out to me with Gen 8, and partially was that there were sections, and including the story, that it felt like they were just trying to make that deadline. Because when you take base Gen 8 and you put that up next to the DLCs feel way more polished than the main game does.
When I think of Sword and Shield, I think of the DLC, which is kind of sad. I had some great moments. That summer when we first got access to the Olive Armor, that felt magical.
I love that moment of just waking up and the DLC launched and being on the eShop, trying to refresh the eShop, waiting for the download page to show up and stuff. And
DLC
then,
was great.
Yeah,
I also
like that. You can go.
I was gonna say, I also like the fact that the DLC went back and said, "Hey, don't forget, we still have these other areas that you have to go do something in to continue this aspect of the DLC with the regional trio."
Yeah, they didn't do it enough though, because they should have patched in the following Pokemon into the entire area of the wild area.
I do like how they executed the roaming legendaries in that game, like Draco said, because out of those three, my favorite was definitely Articuno, because he did like the shadow clone thing when you managed to catch him. Then you have to spot the difference before you can actually encounter it.
Yeah.
My least favorite of those three were Moltres, because I'm pretty sure when you catch up the Moltres, he just gets mad and he attacks you. And for Zapdos, it's just a race that you have to catch him off guard.
How much longer do you guys want to go? Because I would like to talk about the potential future and past forms. We could save it for another date, but
I mean,
there was something rough I wanted to say.
No, I just wanted to input really quickly in the last point, and then we can, I guess.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
And do we just want to end it after that, or because again, otherwise we're gonna end up running again 3 hour long, which.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I did bring something to talk about, but if you guys got to cut it, that's fine.
Oh yeah, no.
Let's do it. Let's do it next week.
We still have 30 minutes. We can go for it if we want to get to that 3 hour mark, but. Otherwise, we can cut it here and we can do it next week. And you can join us again, Draconis, if you want to. Because I don't think we have a planned guest for next week yet. But, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But, no, I was just going to input really quickly about the thingy. The thing that I noticed about specifically Sword and Shield compared to previous games as well is that every previous game, as far as I remember, had some... And I think even Sun and Moon to some extent, yes and no. But, every previous game kind of had a villain team that was causing most of the story to happen,
Yeah, that was huge.
Like that's the thing. In original the original games, it was Team Rocket, causing havoc and being the core cause of all the problems and part of the main story, right? In Johto, same thing. The return of Team Rocket causing problems, requiring you to go around, dealing with it. In Ruby Sapphire, you got Magma and Aqua. The whole thing with them is they literally want to summon these two Pokemon that are behemoths that are going to fucking duke it out until the earth literally shatters into, a million pieces. So Rayquaza needs to step in and stop it, right? That's what makes that story interesting. Gen 4, you got a man who literally wants to create a new universe, right? So, each one of those has like these evil teams that kind of have these, crazy goals, like, Mewtwo with Team Rocket, fucking, et cetera, like Groudon Kyogre with Team Magma Aqua. It's like they have these like overarching thingies. Sun and Moon did have Team Skull, which had less of an impact. They were just kind of more like thugs that were just kind of there.
Yeah,
but you had the Aether
when you look on
Foundation.
it deeper, yeah, Aether Foundation was paying Team Skull also, and supplying them behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And Lusamine paid Guzma to keep an eye on Gladion. And he, like Gladion, up to that point, he thought he was free, but he was secretly being controlled by her the entire time.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, see, that's the thing.
So Team Skull were behind stuff, and they were being paid by a higher, like the actual villain team. So both teams in Gen 7 they both played a big role, even though one was being manipulated by the other.
See, that's the thing, because what do you call it? Like, Sword and Shield just didn't. Like Team Yell don't do anything.
Yeah.
They have no impact on the story whatsoever. Like, they don't do anything. And the only person who's evil is like Rose, but like literally there's nothing about him. He just pops in a few times, and then at the end it's just, oh, he's evil. Cool. He's the bad guy. Boo-hoo. Big deal. Right?
Yeah, the game never hints at his villainy either.
No.
They made him like it was a very bad attempt at a twist villain, because he does nothing evil in the background. He's very, very kind to you, and not even the suspicious kind. He acts like that very cringe uncle that you have, and then like once the climax happens, it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm evil, and like you're just like, when did you ever like you never gave us that implication at all. Even Bolo gave us very vague hints. Rose didn't at all. Rose was just like I said, that uncle you meet, that uncle that you see at the barbecue that just tells you very, very, very bad dad jokes. The man dresses in his underwear, it seems like, when he's not in his tux.
There is a Hisuian, like, yeah, but that thing with the Hisui, though, that's, I think, the next episode of like the Legends Arceus anime thing. That's what that is, Alivania. That's what that is referring to. Don't think there's anything more crazy to that, to be honest. At least
all I can picture is was Rose ready. I'm waiting for Rose to come out. It was me, Dio, this whole time.
But wait, Draconis, though, I'm kind of curious. What was the thing you wanted to bring up, since we have a few more minutes, I guess?
So you covered one of my thoughts on Fuecoco, connecting it to Whole Mind and whatnot, and I threw out an EV1 last week. I've been working on Sprigatito, and I've pretty much run it all the way down. I can confidently say that I have feelings that Sprigatito is going to have Roman vibes to it when it evolves up.
Roman vibes.
And yep, I think it's going to have a lot of Roman influences.
Any basis to that, or just kind of like, I'm assuming there is a basis to it. I mean, are you going to be posting it on Twitter, or do you want to like put it out?
Well, I was going to bring it out here to you guys first, because you guys were welcome here. Here's a gift.
Yeah, well, all right. Hit us with it. We got a few.
Let's
more
go.
minutes.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Exclusive. Dude.
So in the theories, I posted a picture of Sprigatito next to the Iberian Lynx. I got a leaf and some fleur de lis in there. When you look at Sprigatito, it's got a lot of drawn characteristics that make you think of it's going to evolve into a lynx. And searching through mythology, I've only found one connection with lynx and past mythology, and that has to do with Demeter, the Greek goddess.
Really?
Yep. And I want you guys to keep in mind of a couple of things. I believe it was Blaze Incineroar who had mentioned something about a Cerberus, right? Well, Demeter's connection to that is her daughter Persephone was taken by Hades, who is the god of the underworld, who is protected by Cerberus. And during this travel of her searching for her daughter, she befriends a king who gives her shelter, not knowing that that's the goddess Demeter. And he just asks, hey, can you just watch my kids? That's all I ask. In thanks for being kind, she gave one of his sons a chariot to travel to spread the knowledge of agriculture and some magical seeds that will sprout no matter how desolate the land is. Now you've got that grass connection. The traveling part, the chariot's pulled by 2 dragons. What do we have on the box legendaries? 2 dragons for traveling. To top this off, that prince goes to a city where the king in that city was really hated Demeter and hated the fact that this guy was here and spreading this knowledge of agriculture. He wanted to keep it for himself. He went to kill that prince that night, and before he could, Demeter changed him into a lynx, which connects that dark aspect because dark generally is associated with evil in this case. So you've got that dark lynx connection with the Greek goddess. The story is written by a Roman poet named Ovid. And then taking this a step further, you've got that leaf pattern on Sprigatito's face, which I've found that it's connected to a tulip tree. And I didn't even know it was a tree. I didn't even know it was a tree. But I always thought it was just a flower. And when I looked up the flower, when you think tulips, what's the first place you think of?
Garden.
Netherlands? Oh, sorry.
My mom's house.
The Netherlands. The Netherlands.
Ruffle said the Netherlands, but
Yeah.
here's the thing: tulips actually come from
Yeah, they're
Turkey.
they're not from Netherlands originally. Technically, so, they just imported it, and then I think they grow the most amount of tulips nowadays. I think that.
Yeah, well, they come from Turkey, and specifically, there's this big thing in Istanbul. But when you look in historically speaking, Istanbul used to be part of the Roman Empire. It used to be the capital of the Roman Empire.
Really?
Yeah, Constantinople, right?
Mm-hmm. And Istanbul is also known as the city of cats.
That's true.
Let's see. Let's see. I got to check my notes real quick here because I have a couple of them here.
Yeah, I'm
This
looking
is
at
fire.
this. So,
Connecting it so
like history of daffodils and tulips. In simplest terms, tulips are from Central Asia, and daffodils are from Spain and Portugal. Huh.
But there's also the whiskers that give that whole lynx look to Sprigatito. They look like the tops of the fleur de lis, which has usually been associated with nobility. So you've got that noble tie in there, but it's also been associated with the Virgin Mary through Roman Catholicism.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, you've got that Rome connection coming back to it, because in this case, it's not so much as the religious aspect that it's associated with, but more the location. All of this is all stemming back to Rome. So with the fact that you've got the hate, and if you actually look back into what Clue had said about Sprigatito's ability, it's godlike ability. You've got connections to not only Christianity, but you also have the Greek goddess Demeter as part of all of this. So I'm thinking that all of this is just tied together with the fact that you're going to see influences of Rome with Sprigatito as it evolves up. I don't know exactly how, but that's kind of where I'm leaning with this.
Dude, I love it. I love all of this. It makes sense to me.
And there's
This
one
goes
last
really
thing.
deep. I like it.
There's one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is also an academy known as the Academy of Lynxes. Do you guys want to take just a wild guess at where it's located at?
I rule.
Spain.
No, it's in Rome. It's in Rome. And if you think back to Kayla's video about traveling and using instruments on the cover, one of the people that were a part of this academy was Galileo, who helped create instruments that we use today for traveling. Compass, I believe, was one of them. And the big connection with this is that the emblem for the Academy of Lynxes is a lynx fighting a Cerberus.
Oh, that's interesting.
Dude,
It's
too epic.
The only issue is, like, would they go that deep for, like, connections to a starter? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's just a starter.
That's the issue is, I'm thinking, how deep did they go with, like, the previous starters if you realistically look at them, right? Like, if you try to break down all the info. Because what was the difference? What was it again with the Sword and Shield starters? They were all based on entertainers of some sort, right? Like musicians.
Yeah, they usually have like a theme.
Yeah. Like, what was it again?
Throughout all-
Musician, actor,
Music, sports.
and sports, right? Or something like that.
Music spy in sports.
Yeah. Some sort of, but wait, like, oh yeah, spy. But then occupations, I guess, sort of jobs of sorts, like something. I mean, of course, they all
Like,
are very logical.
They're like iconic. Yeah, they're like iconic
Yeah.
roles
Yeah, like
of
a football player for like
in
well,
Europe.
where football like originated
Britain.
from, you know, like in terms of like, you know, the football we know of today. That's like with Score Bunny. Then I guess Sobel is 007, James Bond.
I saw that as movies. I saw that as
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
It is
You-
because
sports,
indie,
movies, and music. That's so
yeah,
they're like
indie anime. They had an episode where they visit a movie set where it's Natelion
Yeah, so basically
filming
entertainment.
a movie.
Entertainment, then,
Yeah.
right? Entertainment. They're all based on basically entertainment of some sort. Well, then that's the thing. There needs to be a follow through like theme within these other games as well that kind of makes sense, right?
I could see that like being like references. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know anything about Spanish culture. I was gonna say some sort of. I was gonna say reference, but that's way too vague.
I think there's still a connection though. Like it could definitely be based off of Roman Catholic stuff. And I mean, all of them could be
definitely.
in
It's
a way,
just-
but I mean,
I'm
Yeah,
just trying to see like
for-
what the like. Then I feel like all three of them need to connect to it, right?
Personally, it's all
I mean,
it's all
not
like
necessarily. I
relation.
mean, just that one could be more Roman Catholic vibes, but
And the one
yeah,
could be
I-
Spanish, and the one could
another-
be. I always think to Gen 5 where all three of them were essentially just like military forms of different cultures. Superior was France. I think Embor was China, and then Samurai was obviously Samurai.
Yeah.
Japan.
I think honestly, a lot of the common themes that I've been noticing between the Fuecoco, the Spaghetti, if I'm correct, like I said, I'm totally tinfoil hatting this. I totally admit this, but I think I see an overall either of exploration or conquest, because if I'm on the money on any of this, it's the overall theme that keeps coming back.
Yeah, exploration would make sense. Like the idea of
Exploration
exploring.
definitely. Yeah, if they do go the exploration route, I mean, there's already a huge influence in there. Actually, Lumio's posted a video on it, just being like import, export, and I forget. I think Quaxley was like the people that bring it. You know what I mean? Because like basically, Fuecoco was import from South America, and Sprigatito's like export from Spain, Portugal, and then Quaxley like bringing them in the boats, right? Kind of thing. But
Yeah.
that's like one idea. That's not like what it is. But this is the whole idea of navigation being a theme. Is it definitely a good idea, or exploration, I should say?
I mean, because from what I've discovered preliminary with Quaxley and the conquistadors of South America with the Mayan connection, it's exploration just seems to keep coming back up. Even with the story of Demeter and Triptolemus, which is the prince's name, and the Roman Empire expanding out, they literally were going out exploring and just going to gather more land or information or knowledge or wealth, something.
I have no doubt that exploration and navigation are like the themes of this game, just because it's the first open world game as well. Like the whole world is about exploring. The whole generation is about exploring. So I could see that in the starters for sure.
And you take into fact that this is the first open world game. They want you to explore, so it would definitely fit.
Yep.
I think that's a really good theory. But
Yeah,
was that all you had to say about it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Are you gonna post that on Twitter?
Yeah, it's all gonna go on Twitter. I just wanted to bring it here, you guys first, because
Yeah. There was a
Y'all
part
are
of
awesome.
it that I was very much interested in. The two dragons riding. Or
Share
bringing
the
them up.
theory, because I would gladly want to take a look at it when my brain isn't melting. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, I didn't do a lot of talking. Sorry about that. But it seems like we've ran the course of this stream and this podcast. So
It's always so much fun. I'm happy to be here.
hey,
Yeah, it was good.
Same.
it's been.
I'm
it's
glad
been
you guys
great.
invited me.
Dude, glad to have you on. Sorry that I couldn't do like a lot of interacting. To be fair.
Hey man, it's totally fine.
Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the podcast. I feel like we've gone through quite a few different things. Before we end, of course, guys, big thank you to Draconis. Podcast over on Twitter, or Podcast Draco on Twitter. If you guys want to check out, there's going to be links down below. Can we maybe get links in chat as well? Let me see if I can get links for people so they can go and do the due diligence of leaving a sub, because that'd be appreciated.
Come through, guys. Yeah, come through.
Here we go. Just going to get it in chat, lads. There you go. I think it should be coming. I think it should be popping up. Yeah, go drop a sub, lads. If you want to, just watch some great content. The podcast over there, making some good shit, talking about all things Pokemon Scarlet and Violet related, and just Pokemon in general. So go give it a sub, go give it some love. It'd be appreciated. Get them to 100 subs, guys. Come on, they're 51 subs right now. Get them to 100. It should be doable.
They can do it.
54 so far.
I believe in chat.
We do this every week.
But yeah, so let me think. I think that's that, guys. To go check them out. Of course, check out the boys as per usual. Over on Twitter, you can find Soul Silver Art. Give him a follow. Get him to 11K followers.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Cam Tendo, as per usual, pushing that 2K subs. Get him there, ladies and gents. You guys know where it is, what to do. And, of course, Dusty Go-Goat over on YouTube. Just search up Dusty Go-Goat. You will find him. Give him a sub. Getting close to that 10K.
Dude, I'm trying to rival Soul Silver. I shot up to 500 on Twitter. I'm coming for you, man.
Oh, boy.
I made it to 200 the other day.
I've been having fun over on Twitter.
I've barely been posting, to be honest. But yeah, go check them all out. For me, you don't need to. You're already here. Doesn't matter. So yeah, that's that. Either way, ladies and gents, check them all out. Links will be down below if you're watching this in the VOD format over on the main channel for the PokéManiacs. So yeah, thank you all. Thank you to the lads for joining, and thank you guys for watching. That's it. See you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
There we go. And I guess we're gonna end the stream as well. Because I'm tired, guys. I am in pain. I'm literally just I've been, whenever I speak, I'm literally feeling pain right now.
What happened, Ruffled?
Dude, I have a canker.
Just too much?
No, dude, I have a canker sore in the back of my throat.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's not good.
I got it from stress, and it's just been painful, my guy. I've just been trying. I've been trying so hard not to make it worse, but trying to not speak too much. But yeah, it's not the best. It's not the fucking best. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, we missed you a bit in there, for sure.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I mean, normally I would be in, but
it's not your fault.
It's just I don't know. I just don't want to, I just don't want to be, what I mean? Just don't want to be in pain. That's all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally understandable,
just
man.
spamming the shit out chat. There we go. But yeah, there you go, guys.
I saw Cam doing it. I was like, all right, I gotta beat him.
But there you go,
I didn't know it was a competition.
But yeah, what was I gonna say though? Lads, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out and bye bye, ladies and gents. I have got to take a break. Holy shit, because I am dying.
You guys.
But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace out.
Guys.